because people can be
No.
very cruel because it's
Yeah.
anonymous. So, and I don't know. So I was talking with Tony last time, like maybe this isn't our avenue because I just wanted to play, right, for any
Yeah.
kind of audience. But now that we're kind of playing for audiences again, I don't think we really need the Reddit thing.
That's a fair
So,
point. Flop.
so we might play. I don't know what your schedule's like. Danny's hair's got on a schedule.
It's gone
Uh,
off schedule. Look at this shit, dude.
he might.
Fucking hell.
Tony might get us a gig on Valentine's Day on Sunday.
Valentine's.
Damn. I picked up a shift on Valentine's Day. Did not.
I'll tell him before you set that one up. Make sure someone ain't working on Valentine's
Oh, damn. I always forget
Yeah.
to change the settings here. We're waiting on Ben.
because he's back to doing.
We're live, but we're waiting on Ben.
That's what I want.
So
We
we'll
got-
just jaw.
Yeah, what is jaw? And I'll eat my my jelly. But he's starting to do this Sunday karaoke again at Silky's. So
okay.
the thought is that we could play before that. It's just like we're doing on at Rock and Crepes. Play before the
Yeah.
karaoke. So I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm down.
definitely. Well, I mean, obviously, I'm working this Valentine's Day, but I usually don't work Sundays.
Okay.
I try and keep them off. So
That would be
You wanna-
really convenient to and a nice little gig.
yeah, I pretty much block out. I mean, that actually works out really well because generally, and I try and block out Sundays just because I work in the morning for the church.
And I'm
So
just checking
they
the
usually
audio,
won't give
guys.
me
Don't mind me.
anything on Sundays. But yeah, Sunday nights could definitely do. It'd be fun.
Well, I wish you hadn't
I like
taken them.
Silkies.
That sounds good.
It's a fun.
Well, they
little
got a little
place.
stage. They got a little stage there too, and everything.
Exactly. Yeah, it's bigger.
And I think I solved the noise problem coming out of Tony's board.
Oh yeah.
When we were setting up last night, I realized that he doesn't use his gain. His gains are all the way down, and he only uses his level.
Ooh.
And that what we're getting is amplifier noise
Get rid
from
of
the
that.
board.
Yeah, that's
So-
noisy.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I told him. I said, I said you set your gain usually, halfway, 75%, and then you just leave it alone, and then you're low.
Right, and then you can
level
make
is
minor
how you control it.
adjustments to the
He just- he
game
did-
as
Yeah,
needed.
he just didn't know that. But
Okay.
that's where all that noise is fucking coming from, and it makes sense now. So
Gotcha. Well, that'll be nice.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, like Danny, you send this to Facebook Live. You send this to YouTube Live, right?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
something. Is that what's happening? And then it
Yep.
just gets saved to YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I'm not.
See, like my hair looks fine. My hair looks fine, like right
You're
here.
fucked up.
Like it's fine.
That's not bad. Don't move.
But this,
Yeah, dude,
Don't
you
like
were
that.
Jimmy Neutron.
that's
fucking-
that's what Christy
blast.
Monica said.
Yeah.
It's
You
not
have to
fair,
blast
dude.
Danon?
I have a story about this, by the way. When Ben comes on, or fuck it, we're waiting on his ass. So I was getting this haircut, if you can call it that, and I got it at Floyd's 99 because normally they give me pretty good cuts, and I don't need anything crazy. I just need,
They're pretty consistent.
just keep this short. So I went in and I was running errands that day, and I wasn't in the mood to I didn't want to talk. I don't like talking to the person when she's cutting my hair. Like I don't want to talk to you.
That's a genetic
Just,
thing.
just sit. I just want to sit and then just
I hate chatting
just
during
please,
haircut.
like it's
Yeah.
nothing.
That's why I went bald.
And I have to do it again the next time and then I have to do it again the next time I go and get my hair did, with someone else. So
You have
it's
to
never-
rehab the conversation every
the
time.
same conversation. Because you know what it is? Because you know what it is it's for me, because I'm not from Austin. It's like I sit down and like, oh, where are you from? Oh, California. Oh, you're one of them. Every time. I don't want to have that
Uh-oh.
conversation anymore.
It's old
And
after a while.
This girl started that conversation while she's cutting my hair. And I'm just giving one word answers. I'm not being mean.
Yeah.
I met her when she came out. Like, hey, I'll be cutting your hair. I was like, okay, awesome. Like I'm looking for this. I want shorter on the sides, but a little bit longer on the top. And then she started talking, and I was just like, yep, California. Oh, what brought you out here? Something new. Stuff like that. I don't want to
Yeah.
talk to you.
Like,
You-
don't
And
bother
then-
me.
Hey, Ben's here. And then, so, oh fuck, I lost my train of thought. That was fast. And so
Another water straight.
yeah, and so I'm telling her she's asking about California and stuff like that, and just looking for a different group of people, and she's like, "Oh, well, at least you're one of the nice ones." And she didn't say it in a sarcastic way, but that's a very sarcastic thing to say considering the situation that was going on, where I wasn't giving her anything to work with. So for
Right.
me,
Back in
in
a
my
compliment.
brain, I hear the veiled threat there. And I was like, oh, I need to start talking to this girl so she
Veiled
doesn't
threat.
fuck up my
What did I
hair.
just walk into? A woman threatened you?
Yes.
You walked into this. Look at this shit, dude. What the fuck? I don't know what the hell
What
this
happened to your
is.
head?
I don't know. I don't know. I try to save my ass by like talking to the.
Sorry,
Oh.
my bad.
Jeremy Bishop Dallas.
Oh, that was weird. Okay, I was gonna swap your name tags around, but Jeremy just like swapped it for me.
I
Thank you.
swapped our name.
I don't know. Like the thing swapped.
Oh, I
Never
just
mind.
wanted to try the video mute.
Hold on, take
For
off your
like 2
headphones.
seconds.
Let me get a good look at this.
Yeah, dude, I won't be able to hear you
pretty
guys,
fucked
but
up.
check this out. So if I like comment for it, like this is how it looked all day today. It's just there's like not a lot. I had
like
I had
Bruno
product in
Mars.
it keeping it down. This is product
Get
keeping it
Bruno
down.
Mars
Look at this fin.
You
This,
look
like,
yeah, you know
faux
what?
hawk
It's
thing-
kind
I
of
got
Bruno
this, like-
Mars. It's also kind of weekendish.
Yeah.
It's very weekendish. It's like I have this like rectangular like prism sort
Can
of
you feel
thing, but
your
like a
face?
pyramid.
I shouldn't have done my hair just now.
Triangular
I actually
prism is
just
what it's
had like the Italian fro
Oh, really?
going
Dude, that's
on.
what I've got going on. I
we
stole
all
Steven
get-
Tertilli's hair.
Did
Hold
we
on, I gotta
all
feed
get
my dog.
haircuts?
Did you get a haircut?
I sure as
I
fuck
didn't. I
didn't.
just did my hair, but I didn't get a haircut. Oh damn!
look at that
Ben!
Fucking
Look
sick
at
ass.
you.
Ooh,
That's a
very
good looking
nice.
haircut. Can
That's
you hear
very
me?
nice.
Yeah,
I can't hear my compliments.
I can hear. I
You
don't
bastard.
need to hear the compliments because I already know.
I
Ah.
already know what's up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty satisfied with my haircut. I was looking at myself in the mirror today, like, hey,
It looks good.
Yeah, it's good. Sharp.
I like it.
Very sharp.
Yeah,
Sharp,
both
sharp,
pointy,
Sharp.
sharp.
Looking very sharp there, Ben.
Yeah.
Man,
So,
You should-
yeah.
I'm
Yeah, I was
not-
just trying the video mute because I'm gonna have to get up for a minute and just go get EG from the parking lot.
Yeah, but look,
Okay.
Daryl. Something happened to Daryl's face too. There's also something.
Oh, you shaved. I didn't
Mhm.
even
I
notice.
had to shave
Yeah.
it for work. Yeah.
It's kind of hard to
Yeah,
tell
so
sometimes
all
because
of
of the
us-
compression and your.
So did all of us get
beard is
haircuts,
gray.
Jeremy? When was your last haircut?
I didn't get a haircut. I've been meaning to. This
Ah.
really, I like to have kind of buzzed down, and it's like
You like
Pretty
it to
long.
be a little Peaky Blindersy?
yeah. So I'm trying to with the product. I was just saying, I had the fro just before this, but
Look how much
thought-
bigger my lips got without a beard. They're like,
rejected.
It's really weird. Yeah, you
I
look,
like them.
Yeah, they're great, dude.
you look different.
I look like an aging turtle's penis when I shave my face because there's a lot of gray in here.
You look like
so-
the default character in a video game creator.
You're right. You are right.
Oh, like Fable. That's the,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
default one for me.
Yeah, look at him. He's,
They're not normally T-posed, but yeah. Or I can go.
there
Okay,
you go.
Dad, say this is my favorite store in the Citadel.
This is my favorite store in the Citadel.
Yes,
Oh my God,
he's-
it's just like him.
He's Commander Shepard.
Hi, Commander Shepard. Dude, that game's coming. That game's.
Dude, I am fucking so
I'm excited for
stoked.
that
I'm
too.
so
Yeah.
stoked for the legendary edition. I
Oh,
want to get the
it looks
collector's
so
edition
good.
with the
fucking-
helmet. Oh, I want everything.
Dude,
I want it all.
the graphics look amazing. I can't believe
Yeah.
how improved they made the first game's graphics, and they're also adding the action UI so that you don't have to use the fucking bullshit UI
Ugh.
from the first game, which is terrible.
Are they getting rid of the regenerating weapon ammo? Or are they going to keep that for the first one? They got to get
They're
rid
probably
of
gonna keep
Big-
that. I don't
Really?
think that they're gonna rebuild the entire game from scratch.
that. That's true. They were saying they didn't want to do that. So,
But I don't mind that. It's like Control does that. It's fine. Whatever.
yeah, it's just like I feel like the ammo system that they had going on in the later games made more sense.
Oh yeah, finding the thermal clips was really
The
cool.
thermal clips,
It's
that's
getting
what it's
better, Dana. It's
Yeah,
getting
there we
really,
go.
really
Look at
better.
look at this little like dude. What the hell? Okay.
This is why you
Anyways.
don't get your haircut. Did you go to Supercuts or something? What the fuck
No,
was
I
this?
went to Floyd's 99. This is
Oh,
a
yeah, this is the
$35
problem.
haircut.
Don't fucking go to Floyd's. Go to.
But
a
is it
real
really the
Floyd's.
cut? I mean, your hair is not. Why is your hair doing that? That's not a haircut thing.
I don't. It's not a haircut thing. It's a.
Yeah,
it's a
that's what
woke
I'm
up like
saying.
this because of a bad haircut.
That's
I-
'cause
the
you're a
haircut is not helping it.
Californian in Austin.
Yeah,
Oh,
see,
haircut is what
that's,
it is.
Yeah, that's
mhm.
right.
I do
For
like.
I'm one
that
of the nice ones.
You're one of the nice
Mm.
ones. Well, apparently
this
not
one.
anymore, dude.
But weren't you were like giving them one word answers and stuff? They probably thought, this guy.
I know, but that's why I like opened up and I started to
God,
like
oh,
How
talking.
are you
to
okay.
supposed to? Okay.
I don't
How are
want
you
to.
supposed to have a conversation with someone clipping your wig? It always drove me crazy, especially when I was a kid. And it's some 38-year-old woman.
Oh well, if you're
So
a
how's
kid,
school? And you're like,
What
I
a
did
38-year-old woman sounds like that?
Oh, Bakersfield,
Oh,
California.
yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
how.
Danon
at a
is
place
not
called-
a child that doesn't know how to talk to human beings.
I'm,
He can figure it out.
These are the jokes, kid.
I just choose
place
not
called
to.
Maud Hatters. Okay, the place was called
Maud
Maud
Hatters.
Hatters.
Oh my.
They clipped wigs. It was in the mall. just a long hallway of chairs.
It clipped wigs, like literally. I would love that if you got your haircut routinely
Yeah.
at a place where they actually just cut wigs at a party.
You just
shop.
walk
Yeah,
in, you
yeah,
put your wig
cosplayers
on, they
go
clip
on.
it, you take your wig off, you put it back on the bald
Yeah,
head,
and,
you
like
walk out.
you like, I need this wig clipped, and they're like, okay, cool, and they sit you down in the chair, and they're like,
Yeah, you're just next to it.
okay.
And I remember one time I was this kid getting my my wig clip, and I looked over, and this guy's like going like this, and the woman has the razor, and she's trimming his nose. It was so
Nice.
disturbing, dude.
That's sick.
It just never left me, So
That's lit, dude.
That is lit. Remember
That's
that
a lot of
time
hours.
we were stopped at a light and we looked over and that woman was plucking her
neck hair,
goose neck
with
hairs, yeah.
tweezers in the rear view
Ooh.
mirror, the side mirror. She's just in the side mirror,
and
and I couldn't stop staring. Right?
Some people
It
are
was
glutton for
awesome.
that. Like, I mean, that kind of shit hurts, dude. I don't know how
Yeah.
people are able to just yank hairs like that.
Yeah, she did not look like she was having a good time.
I had a girlfriend that would just like pull unibrow hairs out of my face without telling me. She'd be like talking to me, and she'd just be like it would fucking hurt so bad every time she did. Just casual conversation. Let me just rip hair out of your skin. Thanks.
fine.
No warning.
Yeah.
Really cool of you. I
It's
really
because
appreciate
she
that.
loved you.
Yeah.
That-
Speaking
yeah.
of ripping hair out of your
Actually-
skin, that's kind of what I wanted to do.
Oh,
watching this
no.
movie. Oh, wait.
This
Did you want to?
movie
Did you have a
was-
segue?
That was a good enough segue.
That's
That was
good.
pretty good.
Thank you. So, this is the We Like This podcast. We are live.
And
I'm
we were
joined-
live, and I
We
don't
got-
have my alcohol. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me
All
go
right.
get-
All right.
Let me
Go get your
my
alcohol.
gin and lemonade. I'll be right back.
That's actually not bad.
Sipping on gin
I made a
and
face, but that sounds pretty
lemonade.
good.
Gin and lemonade sounds awful, but I don't like gin. So, except for Ray's,
Dude, Ray's
what were those things?
gin
Amazing.
and tonics.
His gin and tonics were incredible. I don't know what that kid
Ray's
does.
gin and tonics are.
We
It's
should
probably
You
one
don't
of the
like
best
gin? 'Cause
cocktails
Gin
I've
and
ever
tonic
had.
is like the purest. It's just gin and water with some bubbles.
but Ray's gin and tonic has got lemon in it too or something. I don't know what
He-
he does.
Oh,
but
okay,
they're
it's
He
got
did
some other
like
thing in
lemon
there.
and ginger and stuff. I don't know. It was incredible.
Gotcha.
They were really good. They
Almost
were
like a
really good.
mule.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ginger, lemon, and lime. Got to have both.
Mm.
And
does
tonic
sound good.
water and the gin. And oh man, he had something else. I think he had like a simple syrup or something to make it a little bit sweeter. But god
Sweeten
damn,
it up a
was
little bit.
They
real
were really good. Yeah.
Mhm.
they
Yeah, 'cause
were-
gin's really
I can't
bitey.
stand gin. Yeah, it is.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, gin is so much better than vodka, though.
Gin's a bit bitey. Oh man, I'll fight you all day on that.
I could
Vodka
drink.
is the
I could
perfect
drink
drink.
shots. Well, I can't drink a shot of gin, but I could sip gin. I cannot sip vodka. It makes me feel sick.
I couldn't
I
sip either
could,
one
I could,
of those.
I could sip gin. It's something about the
Yeah.
dryness of it. It kind of reminds me of
Yeah.
like wine.
Well, I went through a period where I was drinking gin martinis because they're cheap. Not cheap in terms of like the expense of the drink, but cheap in terms of like ratio of alcohol. It's like you pay like $10 for a gin martini, and it's like 4 shots worth of gin
Really?
and like a splash of vermouth. Dude, martinis have so much alcohol in them. If you ever want to like save money at the bar, like and get
they're mostly alcohol.
shit-faced, just order a gin martini.
Hmm.
And if you really want to get shit faced, order it dry, so they don't even put anything else in it. Just fucking gin.
I like
A
I like
splash
the
of vermouth.
the dirtiness. I like that olive juice.
Before we knew what we were doing, we were just youngsters learning how to drink. We were drinking Rumple Mints. Have you guys heard of this shit?
No.
No.
Is
It
that
sounds
wait? No.
familiar.
Yeah, that's the
It's
short
awful.
story
Rings
where
a
you have
bell.
to say the guy's name.
Or he's gonna take your kid.
Yeah,
Oh. Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, room pull still.
Rumpelminsky.
It's 100 proof peppermint schnapps, and it's the worst. The
Oh, that sounds great.
100 proof? Oh god.
But that's why we drank it. We take shots of that. We use beer chase. Two terrible things that do not go together, and they were awful. But we're poor. And we knew what the hell we were doing.
Well, that sounds like your generation's Fireball.
I like Fireball though. It has
Old
the right
people do.
amount
I don't know what's wrong
of
with old people, but old people seem to
ethylene
like Fireball.
glycol in it.
you calling him old?
My dad also loves Fireball. Actually,
Yeah,
Yeah, your
it-
dad
It awakens
famously-
the taste buds.
Exactly. You're when you get old, right? You're dead from the mouth out. So you need something that you can feel.
Well,
and
I'm already
taste
dead
and
from the
feel.
inside out, so.
Right. Oh.
my dad has like famously nice scotches and stuff in his bar. And one
Mm.
year at Christmas, he tells me and a couple of our friends, he's like, "Hey, you want some good shit? And of course, we're all like college kids at this point. So we're like, hell yeah, we want the good shit. Give us the fucking gentleman scotch. And he's like, check this out. He pulls out a plastic shot glass and a handle of Fireball.
And what does he call it? He calls it his sipping whiskey.
This is the sipping whiskey.
This is my
Yeah.
sipping whiskey.
Isn't whiskey just
Oh
a
my
sipping
God.
whiskey? All
Shouts
whiskey's a
out to
sipping
my
whiskey.
dad, dude. I mean,
Pretty awesome.
we were like, Fireball. Woo, what's that? Enlighten us.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like the last party I'd been at, the last thing I remember was Fireball and staring at the ceiling.
Ugh.
God.
Yep.
Fireballing the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Tale as
So-
old as time.
So speaking of wanting to rip your hair out of your skin,
Yeah, speaking of fireballing the ceiling.
I'm gonna reuse that
That's right.
segue from
Speaking-
5
speaking
minutes ago.
shit-faced.
Speaking of getting shit faced, that's what I wanted to do while watching this movie. There we go. Thank you, Ben.
Dang.
So this is We Like This Podcast. We're live. Ben has his alcohol, so we are set to go. I'm joined by myself, Dana Waters, Jeremy Dallas, Ben Nickerson, and my dad, Daryl Waters.
See.
And we are going to cover Psycho Goreman, which is a 2020 film.
I mean,
Who suggested this? Was this you,
it was
Danon?
Danon.
It was Danon.
Danon very adamantly was like, "This is
I-
what we watch next."
And I want to talk about why
But there is a buzz around this movie, I think. Yeah.
there
absolutely
is.
a buzz
Because
about
I
this
told
movie.
my roommate I was watching and he goes, "Oh, Psycho Goreman." So I just like I didn't know anyone had heard of this movie.
Well,
It's- I
IGN
actually- I
did
did
a
some
review
light-
of it. So
I did some light research about this movie because I wanted to know. Like, I was appalled at the movie, so I really I want to know where do they get off? That was literally my
Who
thought
allowed
process
them?
was like,
Do
I was
you
literally
think
like,
you are?
I honestly was I was just like, who the fuck thought that they could like write this movie and get away with it?
And they did. They did get away with it.
Yeah.
yeah.
They got away with it, and people, I'm amazed to have found out that this is a this
like
is
a
what
cult
counts
film,
for
sort
like a
of.
cult hit for people. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it blew my mind that this, like, even the Red Letter Media guys enjoyed this film.
What?
They're
Yeah,
in it.
Really?
well,
They're-
one of them is, yeah, Rich.
Well, yeah, one of
Peterson,
them-
or
one
is
of
that
them's
Oh,
in
well,
it.
that makes sense. If I was in a movie, I'd say it was amazing too. But
Yeah, that's kind of where I was thinking with that
Yeah.
one.
Well, they said that it was just, I mean, it's not even one of the main guys, but yeah, he has like a line, and they did clarify in their review that they weren't associated with the film in any other way, so they were trying
Oh.
to give their authentic takes.
I
Which,
mean, in
I
their,
mean-
in their defense, there's lots of people who love this style of film,
Mhm.
right? It is.
It actually
is a
makes sense.
genre.
Have you
so.
seen anything that Red Letter Media has produced as far as entertainment, and not like dissection?
Mm-mm.
I have.
It does. I can see why this style of humor might appeal to them based off of Space Goth, which is a movie that they made,
Yeah.
which has a similar sense of humor, I guess. But the problem is, like, it's not funny. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's funny at all. It's weird.
It had a couple parts I thought were
There's
really
a
good.
couple jokes that I actually did
Yeah.
have me the couple things that the dad said I thought were actually pretty funny.
Yeah, the dad was
Fucking
actually
hated
pretty
that dad. Fucking hated
Well,
it.
of
I
course
mean,
he
he's
did.
a
I mean,
total
the
piece
fucking-
of shit.
Hated
Yeah,
that
this is-
stupid boy kid.
I couldn't
Made
stand
me
the,
so
gr-
mad the whole
the
time.
little girl the entire time. Oh,
I didn't like the
God,
brain.
She was
That
the
thing
worst.
really bothered me, man.
The
The
brain
what?
kid was.
Oh, the
The
brain.
brain,
Oh.
dude. Alistair. Oh, God.
I
So,
didn't even. There were
Alistair!
scenes in the movie where I was like, "Where the hell did this brain thing come from? And why is no one talking about it?" I must have gotten up for like 2 fucking seconds
You missed it, bro.
when Alistair became a brain, and I completely missed it. I was like,
I was
"Why
like,
is this
I
brain here?"
already tuned out of the movie at this point, but I remember that she was like testing fucking Grim from Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy's powers, and then like he's able to turn this kid into a brain or something, and then that's when the parents discover that
yeah.
she has befriended this thing.
Yeah,
It was
So-
a fun bit of trivia. That part when they go to the basketball hoop or whatever the hell they go to, he's dressed up like Alan Grant for some reason.
Oh, really?
Who
Okay.
is
I
Alan
read that
Grant?
too.
What?
Actually,
From Jurassic Park.
Why?
He's
Oh,
Sam
that's
Neill's
what-
character. That's. I mean,
Yeah,
now
I
that
guess
you
he-
say it, yeah,
the
it's
scarf.
totally. He's got the ascot.
Got the
and
hat, the skirt,
the shirt.
for
Anything,
absolutely
ascot.
no reason whatsoever. He's dressed up like Alan Grant. That's how
Don't get it.
fucking stupid this fucking movie is. Fuck this movie.
Look, this movie
Fuck
is
this movie.
this movie is literally it's so there's like a genre of videos that a couple of my friends really like on YouTube, which are just like it's like that weird, bizarre, like really shitty humor. Adult Swim sometimes has it too, where it's just like really uncomfortably unnerving humor for some reason, like people really gravitate towards.
Some people do.
Some people, and I like some of it. I mean, like Eric Andre
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
good example of uncomfortable
Mhm.
humor that I really enjoy, but like some of it is just god awful. And one of my friends explained this to me, where he said it was ideal if you show somebody a video and they look up at you in disgust and say, "Why would somebody ever make this?" To which you respond, "Right?"
Yeah.
And like that's the fun in this kind of stuff. But the problem with this movie for me is that it's like it's fucking 2 hours of just like
Mhm. It's pretty long.
of like just
Lots of
stupid-
bad jokes. Here's the
I
thing. There's a movie called Terror Vision that came out in the 80s.
Mhm.
This movie felt so much like Terror Vision. The
That's what I was
difference
gonna.
is Terror Vision is charming somehow. All the characters. I mean, I really like Terror Vision. I watched it a bunch as a kid. It's not a great film. But the characters are still likable somehow. Even the main weird monster dude, and the dude that befriends him, OD, and the daughter's weird with her Cyndi Lauper hair, and the kid running around with the grandpa, and they're the grandpa's still living in the war times. The kid wants to be an army guy. It's a weird film. It's the same type of thing, but that works for me.
Yeah,
With
this
one,
is
all
this
these
is
characters were so fucking annoying. I hated everybody.
Well, it's a
everybody.
modern trauma film. So trauma
Trauma
was
wanted to be right.
yeah. I mean, it didn't have the same like heart that trauma films have for whatever fucking reason. But yeah, it definitely had. It's the same type of genre where it's just like, you get there, Ben? I think Ben's lost.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good point. They're going for a Toxic Avenger type situation.
Exactly.
But even the Toxic
Uh-huh.
Avenger,
That's what I thought it was gonna be. I thought
That's
it's
that's
a
a
very
good comparison.
toxic Avenger kind of style story, or like kind
At
of like
least the Toxic
idea, you know, because you got the main bad guy who's just like weird and out of place, and then you have all these humans who try to assimilate him into like
Well,
normal
the
culture.
thing, I feel like this movie falls into a weird genre. Not a weird genre. It's an expected genre. It's like these people that want to capitalize on I don't know, The Room kind of stuff, right? Where it's like, oh, this
Yeah.
is really bad. Get it? It sucks. It's like
Mhm.
it's like fucking Piranha 3D or Sharknado, like where
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
you make it stupidly campy, and then like that's supposed to make it like charming. But the problem with that is that I've always felt that when you try to be, oh, it's self-aware. It's like that's not a. I don't find that to be a good enough like excuse for like creating this kind of content. It's like
It doesn't always work, and I think the real problem with this film is no one is likable. Nobody is
Yeah.
charming.
Yeah.
No one
The
is even an
girl
annoying.
is-
Like the main girl is so fucking annoying. You want to strangle her the whole time.
Oh, she was
Yes.
the
And
worst
she's
part of this
like,
film.
It's not even her fault. Like the actress probably did a great job of what she
The
did,
actress
but they,
actually gave a good performance, but the writing of her character was so terrible and so
she's like
annoying.
a
Yeah.
sociopathic,
She's fine.
crazy person.
Like she
Yeah,
would have
and-
absolutely fit in on like Disney Channel or Nickelodeon, like one of those kind of shows. Totally
Sure.
like the same type of acting, which is fine. It's fine. She's not
Yeah.
a bad kid actor like the brother
No,
was.
no, she's not
But
distracting.
her
the dad.
character was awful. Oh my
It's
god,
weird
her
how
character is
awful.
so
I mean, it's
annoying.
just like she's more evil than
Everybody in the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Psycho Goreman.
There's that
Yeah.
scene, the dream scene, where he comes to the brother Luke and is like, double cross your sister, you take
Yeah.
the stone, blah blah blah. I'm like, yes, please,
Yeah.
like, do
Have
it.
something
I would
happen.
She's
say
horrible.
that was one of the few scenes in the movie that held my attention, just because like it's like the dream sequence, and then Psycho Goreman or Luke is like, "Well, what happens now?" And Psycho Goreman's like, "Well, I guess we just wait till you wake up."
Yeah,
Like the zombies are like still
Wait
there,
till
like
this-
waving their arms
Mhm.
This
around.
dream concludes.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
that was
I
funny.
want to give you a really quick
thought
synopsis
that was
because
silly.
it is a ridiculous movie. So
Yeah.
basically, these kids somehow digging in their backyard find this alien that's been there for thousands and thousands of years, and he wakes up, but they have
About
this
4
gem.
feet under the lawn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how the plumbing wouldn't
played
have
Good thing
framed
no
crazy
one dug
ball.
a pool.
exactly.
Ever.
Yeah.
this crazy
found
ball
Playing
a real
crazy ball,
game?
not
Yeah.
kooky ball, mom.
So, and there's a gem that controls him because, of course, and so the girl has it so she can control him because, of course. And they just go on hijinks and stuff while he tries to get out from underneath her control, but he learns a lot on the way, and grows as a
really.
character. But
Yeah,
see,
but
that's
not really
I don't
though.
think
yeah.
he learns
So
anything.
that's
Really?
basically the gist of the movie. It
He
is
doesn't kill him at the end.
terrible.
That's the
Well, yeah, no, but the terrible,
I think
terrible
it's because
costuming.
he's so impressed with how evil she is.
Maybe might be it. But yeah, it's rife with terrible acting, terrible costume. I did think that the backstory of Psycho Goreman was actually really interesting. I thought that was like
Yeah.
the only well written part, and his narration is great too because he has a very like serious tone.
He is actually great. I will like
Yeah, he's good.
the dude who is like giving all like I will bathe in your blood and all that. I mean, it gets annoying sometimes because it's just
Yeah.
over the top.
Yeah,
But he's fine. I didn't
Yeah.
mind him actually.
that character works because that's what that character is supposed to be.
Yeah.
But everybody else around it just doesn't compliment it, and it's so weird. It's
Well,
just
Yeah, it is.
it's
Just,
And this can
terrible.
work. It just didn't work in this film. I think
Yeah.
because, like I said, there was no redeeming characters. Everybody was annoying.
exactly.
everybody
Nobody
sucked.
learned anything at the end of the movie, and nothing was
Yeah,
resolved.
Everyone was hateable.
Nothing
So,
got resolved
yeah.
at the end of the movie, which
nothing
is
gets
stupid.
resolved, and like the another big issue with the way that they approached this was like they for some reason just went all out with the gore, but
That's
like
it's pretty common in these types of films.
Gorman.
I guess but, like,
It's in the name.
thing is
They
like,
kind of have to.
Yeah,
it was like that weirdly campy like Beetlejuice type of gore. Like it just didn't it really did not work for me. Like there was a lot of scenes where I was just like this is just unpleasant to look at. Like there's that scene where the girl's like riding her bike and then she like says something to Psycho Goreman. She's like, nice Halloween costume, loser, or something like that.
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
like looks at her, she like explodes into a puddle of blood. And I was just like,
it's supposed to be funny, man. That
was
girl
like,
had
yeah.
Danon's
Yeah, you didn't
current-
laugh?
That girl had Danon's current haircut.
Yeah.
Exactly.
she did.
Mhm.
It was just like
Same
that.
flopping.
look
over
at
the
this
top.
fucking quaff,
Just get
dude.
yourself a ponytail and you'll be good to go, man.
Yeah.
You'll just,
Yeah.
whenever
Well,
you
actually,
like-
that's what I got. Can you imagine if I pull that or a
Just a
fucking
full
Jedi
ponytail.
braid?
Oh my
Oh,
god,
good.
that's what you need is a Jedi braid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Lil
It would be
Annie!
perfect.
And you need to kill some younglings
Mm.
and some sand people, and just go crazy.
Not
Now
just
we're-
the
and
sand
we're back on Star
people,
Wars
but
somehow.
The sand women.
Yeah,
and
Chuck
sand
got your
children.
pregnant wife, and then
There you
just
go.
like that, we're about Star Wars.
And then scream no.
Well, that
Yeah, I mean, the
blood
girl
thing that you're talking
exploding,
about.
all the it was a gross movie to watch. Maybe that's part of the problem is that I did not enjoy any of the over the top gore just because it was like gross.
I think stuff like that is
I
kind of
thought
stupid.
it was just dumb. I thought it was so dumb.
I think gore for gore's sake is kind of stupid.
It's
Like
supposed to be like black comedy. That's what they're trying to do.
I know,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
it just doesn't. It doesn't work on me personally. Like
Yeah.
I don't like that part where like he eats people and his jaw unhinges and it's like super gory and stuff. I was just like, but yeah,
I
Even
hated
that.
I hated the what's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers costumes. I
Oh
hate
my
that
God,
so
yeah.
much.
yeah. This
Hated
is,
that
You
so
know what?
much.
I hated those too, but I was looking at those a lot in this movie, and I was really impressed with just like the fact that they put these things together.
They seem
know what I
really
mean?
original.
Like looking for
That's true.
seems really,
yeah, that's what I
really original.
Mhm.
looking for any way to get out of this, like just like anything to look at that wasn't paying attention to the movie. I was like, it's pretty like how did those costumes are imaginative, they're interesting, like it's clearly not CG. Like they must have
Yeah, it was a bunch
handmade
of
those
rubber.
things.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
was like, that's
That's
impressive.
Yeah.
Good,
You wanna
good
know
on
the
them
worst thing?
for sitting down and doing all that shit just to make a fucking terrible movie.
So the worst thing, in my opinion, about the movie, bless you, was the fucking awful ADR.
Yeah,
It
dude,
was
the
god
sound was
awful.
killing me.
Oh my
Killing
god,
me.
the lip sync was way off on
Oh, the lip sync was
everybody.
off.
On
Didn't
everybody.
it seem like it was on purpose too?
It
It
must
felt like
have
that
been
was
because
It
it
was
was so bad.
it had
It
to
was
have been, right?
so bad. Oh
it was
my!
almost
It
like
drove
a
me
bad
bad
nuts.
Power Rangers episode.
It was
they
like
got
we
the
were
dub
watching a
wrong.
dub. It was like a Japanese movie, and we were just watching a
Well,
dub.
maybe it was because it was originally Canadian, so they had to translate it.
They had to
into
they had to
American.
they had to
And,
cut out all the A's. They had the
yeah.
Canadian version,
Eh?
which they shot,
Oh,
and then they
yeah.
had to do the American version, which they did ADR for, but they had to cut out the A's. That makes sense. All right, this is a pretty good movie.
So it'd be
He-
interesting to see. I'm not suggesting it's the next movie. I know we're not there yet, but it'd be interesting to see what you guys think of Terror Vision, because Terror Vision is what I feel this movie was trying to do done right. 80s cheese. It's
not.
aware that it's doing what it's doing. This movie obviously was aware what it was, and maybe it's just the times. You know what I mean? Like this movie's so aware of itself, and we're so aware of this genre. Look, like back when Terror Vision was made, this wasn't really a thing yet. This kind of schlocky. It was sort of, but not on the level it's done now. Now it's a whole genre.
Yeah, I mean,
Hobo with a
like,
shotgun. It's all the
Mhm.
same type of
Trolls
shit.
2.
Yeah, Trolls 2 was, but Trolls 2 though was made in earnest. You know what I mean? They weren't made. They didn't mean to make shit.
Well, I
It
think
was-
that's I think
was it
that's the
Trolls 3,
only
I
way.
think, was the
I
one.
don't actually. I think I've just maybe realized about myself, but I don't appreciate this genre unless it's done earnestly. I think.
That's when it's done best, right? Because they didn't mean
Yeah.
to make shit.
Yeah.
They were trying like hell to make something amazing, and it just sucks.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
See,
Mhm.
I agree with Ben. Like, I don't like watching shit for shit's sake. Like, it's just like, why would you
like the
purposely
Sharknadoes and all
make
this stuff,
a
it's
bad
not
movie?
real.
I haven't seen any of those
Yeah.
movies because I just don't get it. I don't understand why you would purposefully go out and take $30 million and just go squander it on something that's supposed to look bad. And then people
Well,
say
like
like,
this
oh, this
kinda
looks
looks like-
terrible. And then you say, yeah, it's
Yeah.
supposed to look like that. Like, I don't
Yeah,
get
and
it.
then go.
I
get
don't
it?
understand.
Like that. I think that's the thing that really irks me about this kind of stuff is there's this like component of like, huh?
Yeah.
Do you get
Yeah.
it? Look at what do you understand the brilliance behind? It's like
And if you don't get it, then all the fanboys are like, "Oh, you don't understand. Like you just don't appreciate it." Like,
yeah, and I
no.
don't wanna-
Rousted.
I don't necessarily want to like
They shit
say that
movie
this
shame you.
movie is
Yeah.
is- I mean, the
Hashtag
movie
trending.
is supposed to be bad, but like
Yeah,
it's just not my sense of humor.
No,
It
I
does not
agree with you,
appeal to me
unless-
at all.
I think that's part of the problem, right? Is if it's not, but again, Terrorvision was aware that it was doing this, but it wasn't a genre yet per se, the way it is
Maybe
now.
it was a trailblazer, but that it could also fall into the realm of like Seinfeld isn't funny, right? Like it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
probably really
exactly.
smart at the time, but like now that everybody's done it, maybe
Yeah,
a
but I mean,
rewatch
like, just
wouldn't lend it much.
I love shitty movies that were done in, like we said, done in earnest, and then they're just crap. Like The Last Dinosaur is a fantastically bad film, and that's why it's awesome. It came out in the 70s. And it's funny is I saw it as a young lad,
Ah.
and I remember thinking it was amazing. This was this incredible, and you know, your mind's wide open. You're just a walking pile of imagine. You're a walking brain, right?
Yeah.
Your
Like
imagination's in control of everything. So it's easy to watch something and your brain fills in the blanks. But
Which one is the Last Dinosaur? Is that the?
this is from the 70s. It's a Rankin Bass production, believe it or not.
I
Some
can't.
guys who did the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and stuff like that.
Oh, it's one. Of those.
Oh, the stop motion one?
It's the same guys who did produced the
What?
stop motion, but this is a live action film. Came out in
Oh
the late
my
70s. It's called The
God.
Last Dinosaur. It's got
That's a classic though.
oh,
What
it's
is it?
so
Dinosaur.
fucking bad, but it's awesome. This rich guy, Maston Thrust, which is a fucking great name. This macho rich guy, he Maston Thrust is his name.
Mast
Maston.
and Thrust.
No, it's Maston. Just Maston.
No, I know it's
Mastin.
Mastin.
I think
but
that's when you
Mast
have
and-
have sex
Mastin.
on a sailboat.
That's fucking damn. Dude,
If you're gonna have a sex on a sailboat, yeah. But he pays for the polar
sex on a
this-
sailboat's playing at the Weenie Roast.
Hey.
and the Mohawk.
That's a good one.
They're
And the
touring.
Mohawk,
Yeah.
They're gonna be at what's that? That's that live fest that's out there, South by Southwest.
ACL?
City limits.
Yeah,
Limits,
South by
whatever.
Southwest.
ASL.
Austin City
Um,
Limits. That's another one.
ACL.
But anyways, a rich guy,
ASL.
he's
Austin,
the Elon Musk of
American
his
Sign
day. And he
Language.
pays for the polar board, which goes to the center of the earth or whatever. And there's dinosaurs there, and it's basically a guy in a rubber suit. It's fucking fantastic. Everything about it is horrible, and it's again, they didn't mean to make shit. They just did, and that's why it's awesome, though. It's why it's fun to watch. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, I'll say the visuals, like going back to what Ben was saying about the characters, like every time that that what was it, like the galactic panel or whatever,
yeah.
every time that they were on screen, I did really enjoy it because man, like I gotta say the makeup and the costume and stuff, it was so fun to look at. I didn't care about what they were saying or what was going on in the movie, but they were so creative. And then that when his cronies end up finding him
Mhm.
in the woods, they were all really interesting to look at. And
yeah, the
Like
creature
the
design was
weird
interesting.
washing machine that was like
the weird
you made
washing
body
machine
parts.
guy. Yeah, like and the witch guy with
The
the
witch thing was the Japanese witch.
It was so weird. It wasn't like I was necessarily like, oh, it's so amazing. It was more like just kind of puzzling, but I was intrigued.
Yeah.
Or that
I was,
that
like, really
dude
intrigued
who
with
was
all these
going like
people.
this in the background with the two swords and the
Yeah,
parrot
and
on
he's
his
doing all
like
this
what?
dumb,
Like
weird
what?
stuff. And
Like it's just
I don't
I
know.
think
It was
honestly-
like just kind of. I just felt myself being intrigued with all these weird ass people on screen.
I think this movie was really fun to make. It would have been really fun to make it with
I
them.
bet they had a
you know?
blast
Oh, I
making
bet
this
that a
movie.
good time. So
Yeah.
But, I mean, a big issue. I mean, I didn't actually realize that we were. I didn't know what I was getting into, and that might be part of why it like left such a bad taste on my tongue. I didn't realize that it was supposed to be like this campy horror comedy, rated R film. And as soon as it started, I was like, "This is a kids movie." Like literally, like as soon as it started, I was like, "This is just shot for. This is exactly how kids movies are."
it was like a 90s kids commercial.
And I was like, this is weird. Like, why are we watching this? And then, like, there was, like, some, like, really gory moment. And I was like, who is this for? Like, I honestly had a moment where I was like, are there adults that just want to watch kids' movies? But, like
well, I think that's the 80s thing, right? Because the so many of the inspiration is from these like 80s tropes and whatever, and they all have kids. They're all like, they all feature kids as the leads. So I think that's kind of a carryover among a bunch of other carryovers from the tapping into the 80s nostalgia. And I'm sure, I mean, I'm sick of it already. The 80s nostalgia. I was about to say,
Yeah.
like it's been done and done and done at this point, but I
Yeah,
think that's
I'm
part
so
of
over it.
tapping into the 80s nostalgia is getting the kids to play the leads and discovering the thing in their backyard or whatever. I think it's
what are
all
you
baked
talking-
into the cake.
It's all part of the
what are you
fun.
talking about? Wonder Woman '80s was great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
watch our episode on that. That was a couple weeks ago.
Shameless plug
oh, yeah.
for ourselves.
God. Well, I mean,
Another-
On our own
another-
platform.
it was
To our own audience.
it was as if they took the first,
We have an audience.
it was as if
Yeah,
they
we
took
do.
the first 5 minutes from Wonder Woman 1984 and they like spiced it up and made it rated R.
But you
Right.
know what? They're really inconsistent with the spicing it up because on the one
I-
hand, they'll be really gory and they'll be like, oh, this is hard R gore and violence. But then they'll intentionally dance around the language stuff. Frig.
Yeah, that
But
was
it's
fucking.
not like they
oh,
didn't
I
say
hate
fuck
that.
or shit, but I think they're trying to be
Yeah.
funny
They-
with the
They
frig.
did say
I hated
shit
that
a
so
couple
much.
of times.
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah,
I
but there
hated
are
that so
times
much. The
where
frig
you just
stuff was so annoying. Frig
Yeah.
you and
it
And he
just
says
seemed
frig
like
you
they
at
were
the end.
weirdly inconsistent with where they decided to spice it up with the R
Mhm.
rating, you know?
I don't know. It's Canadian, man. What do you want?
Yeah.
It was, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I honestly thoroughly just did not enjoy experiencing this movie. Like,
Me neither. I hated every
Mm-mm.
fucking minute of it.
I don't. know
I
if
was
there's- like,
5
I guess
minutes
I'm
into
not
it and I
smart enough
texted
to
you guys,
understand,
I
right?
already
Like,
hate this fucking movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
remember that
already
text.
fucking hated it. And
I
there was no
honestly,
nothing
I
was gonna fix it.
legitimately felt like maybe I just am too stupid to understand this movie.
I don't think you're stupid enough, Ben.
Man.
This
You
is a
watched-
very specific style of movie. Although I will say I did watch this with my roommates, and so that was fun. Like,
yeah.
and so watching it with other people was key to this. I didn't realize it was going to be one of those kind of movies, but now I've turned Monday nights, unbeknownst to them, into because I'll say like, "Hey, let's do like family movie night and like order food and like watch this movie and stuff." Like, "Oh yeah, like are we gonna watch a good movie?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay."
Maybe.
And then it's
Maybe
Psycho
something
Goreman.
good.
But
Maybe
yeah,
something
that's usually
bad.
how that goes. So, but watching it with people, that was key because like as soon as it started, I think about maybe 5 to 10 minutes in, we're just like, oh god, this is 2 hours long, and so we just started tearing the movie apart. There were a couple of good parts. I do want to talk about those really quick before I want to get on a discussion as to why bad movies do not work, and it's the story and all that stuff. But I do want to say like a couple of the parts I did like were
the hunky boy scene. I thought the hunky boy stuff was kind of funny. Actually.
I thought it was funny how he like did a double
hunky
take.
Boys.
Yeah.
Or maybe I do.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that was.
But there was that scene where they keep him in the warehouse, right? And then they bring their friend Alistair to come check him out, and so they meet him and stuff like that. And then they're getting ready to leave, and Alistair like turns around and is like, "It was nice meeting you." And then Goreman is like, "It'd be nicer if you were dead." And the kid's just like,
Yeah.
"All right," and then leaves.
Funny.
No,
Yeah, or
like that was
when
funny.
the husband, the one's like, I hope you're prepared for eternal suffering. Like when Monarch or whatever, the Pandora shows up, and the husband's like, eternal suffering. Sounds like being married to you, Susan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like stuff like that.
Was funny.
I thought the funniest part of this entire movie was when they're walking through the woods after they had that weird zombie cop dude with them with the gun attached to his hand, and he's trying to kill himself to get rid of his pain, because he basically got all of his skin melted off, and now he's just a walking zombie.
Handing that girl a note, and it's
that
like
was fucking hilarious. So
that
and
was
she
funny.
opens it and it says, "Please kill
no,
me."
but what she says, she gets it, and it's like this bloody Valentine heart. And she's like, "Ooh, what's this? A secret note?" And then opens it and says, "Please kill me." That was funny. That was good. I was crying laughing
better, but even the reaction of her being like, "What the fuck is this shit?" Like,
Yeah.
What
It
a
was pretty
waste.
funny. Yeah.
So
Really
what
only
a
the funny.
waste. Yeah, that was good.
That or when they call back to the moment where like Psycho Goreman uses the TV to communicate to his cronies, and it starts bleeding, like the front of it, the screen starts bleeding.
Yeah.
And then later in the movie, they come full circle to that when the husband's like trying to clean it off, and he's like, "Man, this TV won't stop bleeding."
No, it's not
like that was
bleeding.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
So I
funny.
appreciate little moments like that, but like overall, the movie was.
I think Daryl hit it right on the head. The writing wasn't necessarily an issue. It's just that they decided to make all of their characters insufferable.
Mm-hmm.
Like the dad is awful. He's a horrible
might be the
husband, a
most
horrible father, a
insufferable.
complete
he's
fucking
terrible.
annoying piece of shit. The daughter is even worse than a dad somehow because she's like a sociopath.
Yeah.
The mom is like super annoying as well. Like all of them are just like the kid is a wooden plank. It's really cool that they got
the same
girl
kid from what's
the
that
same
fucking
kid
movie?
from
The Way Back. That we
or
did
the
last
girl
week.
from Queen's Gambit in the beginning. Like
Oh my gosh, I didn't even put that together.
like all of
That's
the
so funny.
Any fucking wooden board could have performed that line.
Another wooden
My
board.
name's Luke. I don't even remember your name, kid. Fuck up.
Oh, that was pretty funny.
But like it had the potential, I guess, to maybe be witty and clever, but it really did squander that opportunity on just like really shitty characters and really uninspired like nonsense, honestly. Like,
So-
Yeah,
there's
nonsense
even-
is a good word.
It is.
there's even
nonsensical.
moments where like
Just
the
nonsense.
like the fucking Pandora is like playing crazy ball, and she's like, "This game is dumb," and it's like, that's not like I
This
know
entire
it's
scene is dumb.
This whole movie is dumb.
I know, right?
What do you like? Do something interesting to make me feel like the dumbness is earned. It wasn't.
It's gonna
earned.
pay off somehow.
And
Yeah,
and
there
like
that was
no
my
why,
big thing.
payoff.
why put the mom in a costume? It made it's
And
just like they
So
had
that
an extra
you could get her
costume.
covered in that.
You're like,
gross
oh shit, we
fucking-
got
Everybody.
or she had to check out for a week or something. Like, well, what the fuck we're gonna do? We're like, I don't know. We can put her in this costume and it could be somebody else, and then
A
when she gets back, we
stand-in.
can finish the movie.
Yeah.
It felt everything about this movie is like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing?
Well,
this? Why are we
there's
doing this?
huge. I would love to see the pitch meeting on this because there was huge problems with just like resolving conflict. So like one of the most like one where I just threw my hands up. I was just like, what the why would this be a thing? Is when they finally fight at the end of the movie when Psycho Goreman is fighting the angel person. And she's like, "You fool! You cannot hurt me with anything but my own blade," or something like that, or whatever.
Yeah, she's
And
like,
so
"Do
he's
you
like,
still- even though you have your power back, you'll never be able to defeat my holy blade.
Yeah, and so he's like, "Oh, you're right." And so I'll just tear off pieces of your body and
Mhm.
make a sword out of your internal organs and
fight you.
bones to fight you with it. But I'm having a hard time fighting you with it after I just tore apart your body.
It makes
Well, there's
What-
this one scene
That
when
makes
he's doing
no
that where he
sense.
blocks the sword with her hand, right? And then he like tears her whole eye out.
Yeah.
And I was like,
This
you know,
entire
while you
part
were
of her face.
there,
Yeah, you could have
in
just
the
killed
eye
her.
area, you could have just gone a little bit further down, maybe torn the throat, and then this
Yeah.
thing would have been over. Like the fact that you can get this close and do this much damage, but now you have to make a meat sword.
But
Yeah,
guys,
And the meat sword is like
but guys,
that
that's
meat sword
Playing
is
the weenie roast.
Man.
how witty, how
That's
intelligent
what it's supposed to be, right?
Mhm.
that they, like, oh, of course he could have done those things. This is the problem with this kind of movie, is that you cannot make any sort of critical judgment of like this kind of bullshit and be like, well, that shouldn't work, because then some asshole is going to come out of the woodworks, I guarantee it, and say, no, guys, that's what's brilliant about this movie.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. They're like, no,
Mhm.
no, it's good because it's shit. It's one of those things.
It smells
Mhm.
like shit. That's the brilliance.
Yeah, right.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, a big problem too is all the characters. There's no character arc to anybody.
no one learns
Yeah,
anything.
Nobody learns
There's
anything,
no
and
lessons.
nobody, like, nothing is
There's no
changed.
conclusion.
The entire movie could, like, all the events in the movie could not have happened, and he still would have killed the entire planet. Like, it doesn't matter.
So I was confused by
It would
that.
have happened
so,
eventually.
so like at the end, I know we're sort of jumping ahead. So he agrees not to kill them, and then he just jumps to a portal, but then he still goes and kills the rest of the world. Is that what happened?
Yeah, so they would have died.
Because
Anyway.
at first I'm like, well, where did he go that he just started killing people?
Main
it's
Street.
Like, I love that he just like
It's
goes.
just like
I mean,
some random.
again, well, that's the funny part, is that he
Right back.
goes through a portal just so that he goes to the strip mall downtown to kill people, and it's like, I mean, that's why they did it, right? It's like, oh, he went through a portal. to kill
Yeah,
people at the
I
strip
think it was
mall.
one of those things like it's not, it's one of those things. None of this is gonna matter because it's funny, or whatever. Or
Mhm.
just because of the style of movie it is, which
Yeah.
again, I think it's just. I'm not even knocking it for that per se. I think it just didn't work because all the characters were so insufferable. Every fucking last one. I hated everybody on the fucking space board. They were insufferable. The kids, the parents.
The
Psycho Goreman
Boogles thing, yeah.
was the only character was really not hateable.
Not as
honestly.
bad, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, Psycho Goreman, it is funny that he was. I don't know if Deering would ever come close to the right word.
Yeah, but I know what you're
But like
saying.
approaching
Yeah.
that territory from any of the other characters, where it's like, at least I don't hate seeing him talk.
mhm.
Yeah.
Like that's a step up from most people in the movie, so I guess I got to give it that.
Yeah, anyone else when they read that lines, you're like, ugh, it's so cringery. But again, maybe that was the filmmaker's point, and it just didn't work. But it does work for some people because if you read some of the reviews, people fucking love it, and then there's
It
people
has-
hate it. It's like any movie, right?
It has an
But-
88% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, you can't.
So obviously
trust
we're
them
the
all.
stupid ones. So
Obviously,
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. It doesn't. I don't even know what to say. It doesn't appeal to me. It's like jazz, right? It's like a really eclectic jazz album where like
Yeah.
you're like, this is just noise. Like you like look around at everybody else that's like really jamming out, and you're like, you realize this is just like
yeah.
this-
Clank,
is
clank,
just-
clank, clank, clank.
Mhm.
That's what jazz. That
and,
type
and
of
you're
jazz
like
is.
looking around and everybody else is like really enjoying it, and you're just thinking to yourself like, am I an idiot? Like,
Yeah.
am I the problem? They can't actually like this. But
Oh,
There's
but
a
they
lot
do.
of shit like that though. That like, it's really really shitty art, and it's for some reason everybody thinks it's amazing. You're like, am I missing something here?
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Like
Which is
Pablo
why-
Picasso,
yeah.
I never understood Pablo
I've
Picasso's
never
blue
understood
period,
Picasso.
but people
I don't know
love
why it's
it.
so great.
Mhm.
I can understand.
Haven't
can
seen
at
one of his
least
paintings.
respect
That's a great
Picasso.
example, actually.
I mean, Picasso has some great stuff in his
He
blue
does,
period,
but
things
his
like
blue
that. Yeah,
period.
I mean, the difference between Picasso and this fucking heap of trash, right, is that like at least Picasso was a classically trained artist that like knew how to paint and demonstrated that for years
Yeah.
before he even tried to do something different. I don't think this guy, whoever directed this movie, has put out like amazing hits that demonstrate that he knows how to tell a good story before coming up with Psycho Goreman.
You know what it
right?
is, Ben? It's anti art. You know, he's already made his
Yeah.
his opus that everybody loved, and so now he's going back and shoving it in people's faces. You know,
You know,
he's being
honestly,
smart
even
about
that like even that really crazy jazz bullshit that some people really like. I actually like some of that stuff, but I guess it's not a fair example. But even some of that like really esoteric, shitty music that's hard to listen to.
Hey Ray, Ray missed our gin and tonic praise conversation
Aw.
there. Sorry, man. I mean, it's in the
We
in the
love your
beginning of
gin
the
and tonics,
podcast. Yeah,
bro.
we love your
We
gin
love
and
your gin and
tonics.
tonics.
Sorry.
Amazing.
So he wants us to have the entire conversation over again, but
I don't remember it. I don't remember it. It's gone in the wind now.
Mhm. I feel like it would be
Ridiculous.
unfair to have that conversation again on your
Because of how
behalf.
genuine it was the first
Yeah,
time.
I wouldn't be able to
Mhm.
recreate the same emotion, the same love and passion that I had.
You'll just have to go back and watch. I mean, you could literally just take the slider
Yeah, you could take
Yeah.
the slider.
and just drop
Slide
it
it.
back 30 minutes.
It's like, have you ever seen a short film, Ben, called Report Card?
no.
It's fucking genius.
That's a good
Fucking
one.
genius. So you just got to watch it. But it was for a film contest, and it is an old movie at this point.
Mm.
But the director who made Report Card then remade a short film called Hobo with a Shotgun with
Mm.
the same actor that's in Report Card.
Yeah.
And man, was it cool, right? And I like schlocky shit like that too, right? And then, hey, what's up, man? He got off the strength of that, he got funding. It was a low budget, of course, but he got funding for Hobo with a Shotgun with Rutger Hauer in it, actually. Okay, high five. And the Rutger Hauer version lost all of its charm. You know,
Mm.
lost all of its charm.
Oh, okay.
I think the biggest problem is that they used Rutger Hauer, and it should have been that original guy who, because that guy was kind of weird and creepy, and Rutger Hauer's Roy Batty and always will be. You know what I mean?
I don't know. He was pretty weird and creepy when we met him.
No, oh yeah, he had your hair. Speaking of which, except white, fucking this nest.
Yeah.
The
But
Floyd's Nest.
yeah, the Floyd's.
fucking
You get
a
the
nest.
Floyd's
Dude,
nest.
Rutger Hauer, he didn't even look like he knew where he was.
Dude, he's 1,000 years old.
He's very
You know,
old. Unfortunately, he's
he
dead now.
died soon after actually that
Yeah, he
appearance.
did.
So
Yeah, it was
So
weird.
maybe
They put him in the. I mean, it makes sense for the Blade Runner, but for considering what James Hong has done, why'd they put him in the same room as James Hong, other than the Blade Runner connection? It was it was the weirdest
that was
thing.
it.
Because James Hong is great. He's been in tons of stuff, and like he's a very different actor. Like he's a comedian, and then Rutger
Yeah.
Hauer was just there. I mean, they probably brought him out of the hospital to make that appearance.
Jesus.
He was not looking
did-
well. He was,
No,
he
he
was
didn't
looking
look
very
well.
unwell. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I was making a point. I guess I don't want to take away if people enjoyed this film, like more power to you. But I think like you're doing yourself a disservice by saying.
I mean, I guess more power to you and your
I don't know.
shitty taste.
Ray says Daryl's head has truly gone full egg mode.
Uh-huh.
Oh my. Well, I mean, he got rid of the beard, so now
Yeah,
I was
it's-
gonna say
yeah,
now the
he's-
ratio is all off from egg to beard.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
Right.
and
before it
now
was
this
nice.
is I'm growing my nest back, right, so the egg can hatch properly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Man. One of the-
Like it's
Jesus.
amazing how you got this egg and the chicken's waddle at the same time.
yeah, the water bottle.
Yeah.
I know this guy I work with was making fun of my chin or lack of one. And someone said, we were talking about wearing a wig and a chin strap, and he's all, a chin strap for a wig, it would just slide up and hit your nose.
Pretty good.
God, dude.
He's
Oh,
like-
wow.
He's like,
Yeah.
your chin just goes straight into your chest. You don't even have a. I'm like, thanks, guy.
It's all one
I know, I
unit.
was.
Yeah.
You know.
It
It's a
rained.
meat cylinder. It's a meat cylinder.
It rained recently, Daryl, and I was walking outside and I saw a little thing poke out of the dirt, and I was like,
Mhm.
Daryl, is that you? Turned out
Early
to be an
bird gets worm,
earthworm,
bro.
but, you know.
Early bird gets worm. So it's no, I have a chin. It's just buried in my thick neck. See,
I see.
Ah.
You see it, sir.
see, the neck is actually wider than my own head.
You should tell the artist to add more shading so there's a little more depth.
Yeah, you need a little
Yeah.
bit more of like a.
Gonna sharpen up those lines.
I
man.
do. Yeah.
Okay.
I need to contour this neck with some.
You need to
with some
contour it.
shading.
Yeah.
So we really got to
Yeah.
get the makeup artists from this movie to do something for you, man.
Build me a whole
Yeah.
new head.
maybe the best part of the. What do you think? I think the makeup and just the
I
visual
want to
element
give.
might have
I
been
want
the
to
most
give the
redeemable thing.
yeah. The makeup artists did an amazing job. You could tell they really cared about what they were doing. Like even if it's bullshit rubber shit that like hasn't looked good since the Power Rangers. Like I understand that some people could probably
Since the
make
Power
that
Rangers, I don't think it's ever
even
looked
before
good.
the I guess, but like my point is that it looks like they were like the best of the best in making these shitty rubber costumes. Like I mean,
What a
like
What a
good
backhanded
Professional
compliment.
shitty rubber
Backhanded
costume
compliment.
makers.
Yeah.
for shit. It was good shit.
I guess
No, I know what you're saying.
I don't
I'm
want
fucking
to
with you,
be
but I
an
know what you're saying.
asshole,
Yeah,
but the movie's not good, so it's
Yeah.
hard not to.
It's like wasted, yeah, because it's. I mean, like,
Wasted
yeah,
talent.
I mean, some of the
What was the
puppeteering I
budget
thought
on
was
this shit?
interesting.
Piece of
Oh,
shit.
but you can't though because you can CGI all that stuff out.
$400,000. Oh my gosh! This is
I mean, it's made almost 80 grand.
Oh,
Wow.
That's pretty
it
good.
came out. It just came out recently, right? Is that all from like rental?
Yeah, it's
Like the
rental
$6,
only. It was the
$6.99.
Wait,
$6.99
Yeah,
I
it's that
contributed.
fucking $6.99 rental.
Yeah,
I
bullshit.
can't believe I
That
spent
was a bit
$7 to watch this thing.
$7 goddamn dollars.
Yeah, it was not
on
good.
this shit.
I spent $5 to buy an entire season of anime. Paid $2 extra to watch this load of crap.
To watch Ivan Ooze the movie.
Oh my god!
I'm glad you got that, Dana.
The opening weekend was 40,000.
Mm.
Where?
78,000 domestic.
Where?
Yeah,
Were their
how are they
theaters
getting
even
these
open? This just came
metrics
out.
already? This movie just came out. How are they getting these metrics?
I'm
don't know.
shocked they made that much money.
Well, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
okay,
Okay, so there's a movie called Father's Day that's the same type of shit. Like I said, there's a genre for this now.
I saw that one.
It
I actually
is-
saw that one in
Father's Day
theaters.
is not great either. And
ooh,
it's
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. I think again, like we're talking about, I think the problem with all these films is awareness. And when you're aware that you're making shit, it's no longer shit anymore in a way. Now it's just shit. Makes sense?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
purposeful
I'm
shit
right there with
is
you.
the worst kind of shit.
It is.
Can we
Purposeful
agree?
shit is a good name for a band.
Give me
Purposeful
some
shit.
accidental shit,
Mm.
and then maybe you get something good.
They're opening
think
for
we really-
purposeful shit.
I think
Yeah.
we hit the nail on the head with the if it's made in earnest, then it has like the potential to like have a charm to it because
Yeah.
it's like but this stuff I don't think that we're the audience for it because honestly like it's just stupid. And I mean I want to be able to say like, oh, just turn my brain off and enjoy the ride.
I couldn't even do that. I know what you're
Mhm.
saying. Because you can do that
I-
with certain shit, right? You're like, okay, this is
Mhm.
gonna suck, but
Yeah.
hey, it's gonna be fun or whatever. Yeah.
I don't want us to come across as like sticks in the mud who can't like enjoy something that's campy, but honestly, this was just bad. Like
I'm-
it was just not enjoyable in any sense. Like I really could not enjoy this film. And
It's
I
like,
don't
do you
think
guys-
that's I really do not want that to reflect like I don't want that to feel like something
But
of
you
me
know-
as a reviewer, right? It's like this
Yeah.
is just bad.
But again, I think it didn't actually have to do. You wouldn't have to tweak that much for it to be a lot more enjoyable. Like if the girl wasn't such an asshole the whole time in the movie.
Yeah.
If
Never
she let up,
redeems herself at
if
all.
she
you know?
learned a lesson, or if something like that happened, or if she was just more charming. Like you can even
Yeah.
be an asshole, but just be more charming about it, or
Yeah,
something.
they should have cast the girl as Sam
That would have
Rockwell,
fixed a lot,
honestly.
actually.
Well, that's the thing is like part of the supposed charm of these kids is they were so unaware how the danger they were in. But
Yeah.
that would have worked better if you didn't hate them. You know, like
And
the whole
also,
time I was
like,
I was like, just steal that that gem and kill these kids and put me out of my misery. In this fucking shitty movie. You know what I mean? It's exactly
Yeah.
the single time. Like, please smash this girl's head because I just can't stand him. Then we're like, okay, this is kind of funny now, right? You know, if he just goes, shut up, girl, and smash. You know, Hulk
Yeah.
smashed her. That would have been kind of funny, but yeah,
it also tried to like I mean it ventured into the subversion of expectations
A little
realm,
bit.
where like the bad guy
did they run out of gas in space?
No, but the bullets did arc. You know,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
no
that's
the Jesus in space. But the no, what I mean by that is
The
like
Pirates
the
of the
bad guy
Caribbean.
wins in the end. Like she gives him the
Yeah,
gem.
I know what you're
and-
talking about.
Yeah.
And he goes and destroys the Earth and whatever, and like, oh, the bad, like even like Pandora not succeeding and all that shit. It's like, I just has this genre evolved to the point now where like you can subvert or you can attempt to subvert expectations? Like where are we in like the creation of just shitty campy movies?
I don't think we should be anywhere. I think the gas is completely run out on that spaceship, and I think that's the biggest problem with this movie and this whole genre. It's just they've been Sharknadoing it for years and stuff, and it's really not. It's
Mhm.
really not that good. You know.
Yeah. The
It's-
thing
it's-
is, I know
those
you
aren't
guys
even
keep
fun to
mentioning
watch.
Sharknado and all that. I guess this movie didn't really look like those other ones because there wasn't just a shit ton of like CG everywhere. So
Mhm.
for some, like I said, the
Yeah.
visual thing for me kind of saves it from being as worthless as like a Piranha 3D or Sharknado.
Yeah, it's quite that
something
bad.
like
Like I
that.
said, they did obviously the special effects people a lot of hard work on the all this shit was made from whole cloth, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
can
and they
tell that
obviously had a
they
good
really
time.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, a lot of effort went into it for sure, and they obviously had a good time making it. But you know, like we have said 10,000 times now, the characters were so fucking annoying. You didn't care about anyone. I don't understand why the dad's shitting and Psycho Gorman's yelling at him to go to the fucking
I
fourth
thought that
and
was
Main,"
funny
or whatever.
actually when he's like, I don't know where I'm going, and then he comes back and he's
That
like,
was funny.
take the 5 to the 1 and then a left on. rah."
I
That
thought
was
it,
kinda
I
funny.
thought twice was good. They followed the rule of threes with comedy. I thought
Yeah,
two
right.
times was good. The third time was
I was over it. Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I agree with Ben right there. Yeah. It was,
Usually 3 times is like the sweet spot, but for that one specifically, I was like, oh my
2
god,
would've been
shut
good.
up. I think it was 2 over the top. But
Well,
again, it's
I-
comedy. It's subjective. I mean, it's,
I didn't know where
it's
we-
hard to-
we don't really know any of the rules of the universe, right? So why is this happening even now?
There are no
It,
rules.
it felt, yeah, I guess that's
I
what
guess
they
kind of
figured. Let's
makes
just
me
do it.
upset too. Is
Yeah.
that like I wish there was just some baseline thing that you could follow.
Yeah,
You know, 1 minute the parents are like, "Oh my god, we got to call the cops," and then the
Mhm.
next minute
They
they're
don't
like
give a
palling
fuck.
around with him. And he looks like the guy from Jurassic Park.
What did you
Oh,
guys
the
think
next
of
thing they don't
the
even care.
And they
of the
go-
rap number at the very end, followed by
Oh,
the,
so dumb.
like,
That was like
PSA?
that was like dollar store Will Smith. You know,
It
like
was-
you know how like Will Smith.
I didn't
had
make it that
rap-
far. I'm so glad I didn't make it far. I hated the stupid song in the middle of the movie so goddamn much.
Wait, which
It
one?
was the
The one where they're
The
playing-
montage one.
when they do the
they're playing
montage,
it, where
You know,
she's-
frig
Yeah.
you and frig this, and
Yeah.
the kid's pretending to play guitar. And he's drums, and I just
plays
hated
drums.
everything about it. I just hated it so much.
Well,
and
there was
there's
also
some
that
asshole
song.
right now.
so
There's
mad.
somebody out there who is like,
Yeah.
that was so
Delighted.
I'm
They
no,
were
I'm just
delighted.
waiting for
Clapping
the.
with glee.
I'm waiting
Yeah.
for the essay to drop in the comments of this one dude who's like, "You don't get it. You're not smart enough. You don't appreciate
And
the
that's
art."
fine. I totally agree
I
that I'm
don't.
not smart enough.
I don't. You know what? Like I said, yeah, I'm on Daryl's side. I am not smart enough to understand why this movie is even desired.
But I mean, like I like Machete, the first Machete. I like and this is all kind of the same idea where it's
Mhm.
over
I
the
love
top. And
Campy
Planet
shit,
Terror?
but this is not.
Planet Terror is great. I love.
It's
Planet Terror.
That's a good
Way
fun
over
movie,
the top,
though. Yeah.
ridiculous. Got a lot of fucking great dialogue written by Tarantino.
Mhm.
Um,
It's got a girl with a
But-
machine gun leg. Come on.
it's got a girl with a machine gun. How does she even fire that
Is that-
fucking
that's,
thing?
How
that's
does she
Michelle
walk
I don't
Rodriguez.
around?
care.
She's
Mhm.
the machine
No,
gun
but
lady.
Yeah.
How about
No, that's-
Total
No?
I think
Recall?
isn't it?
No, that's Total Recall. I love Total Recall.
Total Recall.
no, that's Rose
3.
McGowan.
She's got 3 boobs, man.
Yeah, but she doesn't shoot him. She's got him.
Like, there's
Yeah, that's
plenty
so
of,
fun.
There's
Chick.
plenty of really campy, ridiculous movies that I really, really enjoy.
So
and this is
speaking of
just not one of them.
Total Recall, remember Vagina Face from Total Recall?
Yeah.
You got a lot of guts showing your face right here, Quaid. He's like,
Dean
look who's
Norris.
talking, Vagina Face. Dean Norris. I met Dean Norris, and I wanted so badly to say that to him, but it would have
You
been
didn't-
weird, right? You know
You
what I mean?
didn't call him Vagina Face?
No,
Oh,
I
man.
wanted
If
so
that's one of
badly.
those things where
Right.
you really hope
Look
that
who's
he would get it
talking.
and it would be funny, if just to call him Vagina Face, but he probably
Dean Norris wouldn't have gotten it because he
probably
is,
wouldn't have gotten it.
That would have
He
been
is-
the time that he got called that pushed him over the edge, and it would have snapped.
Dude, he would have
You know,
broke my
because I'm
back.
sure everybody is called him Vagina Face.
I don't think he gets vagina face very much, because he's Hank, but
Because Breaking
he
Bad.
is Hank. That's who he is.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hank.
So
I forgot
he
about
is
that.
Hank. So the character he plays in Vagina Face is very, very.
It reminds me of the time in
That's what
high
it's called,
school. I called the ROT sergeant short because everybody in ROTC called the sergeant short. But see, I wasn't in ROTC. I was just a friend with a bunch
Wait.
of those kids.
Oh yeah.
ROTC.
So you don't have the right.
He fucking blew up on me, dude. He was like, "Get the out of my office right now!" And like just screaming in my face. And
Was
I
he
was
short?
like, "Yeah, dude, he was like 5'4". But
Ooh, yeah,
short.
but fucking like snot nose, snot
Sorry,
nose
kid.
high school freshman Ben was like, "Oh,
Well, you
Sergeant,
weren't
you're
in the
short."
you weren't in the know, bro.
I
So you
wasn't
couldn't
in
do
the
it.
know,
You weren't in the know.
and I got my ass thrown out of the ROTC room for that. So listen. Do not
Why were you
jump
in the
on the
ROTC
jokes.
room?
Because there was a cute girl in the ROTC room. What's up, Erica?
Shouts out Palm
Oh,
Springs, Erica.
all right, still here, baby, right here.
Hey,
I got you in a little room in there.
Yeah,
Erica. That is
what could have been?
don't make
hilarious.
it weird.
What's up, Erica?
What if she actually
What's
watches
up, girl?
this? I
Oh
don't wanna
my
ruin
God.
my chances.
You better
That
take
that
your
was
phone
the
off
call
vibrate.
right there.
You better take your phone off vibrates in case she blows it up.
Mm-hmm.
So we all know what's up.
That's a different story. But
Oh my God, that was good.
yeah, I mean, don't call Dean Norris vagina face for the same reason. You're not Arnold Schwarzenegger, so you would not earn the right to call him vagina face.
No.
Guess not.
He was technically a mutant, but
You had to have been there. You got to be
Yeah.
in the family to use such strong language like vagina face.
yeah,
Yes.
I wasn't. You had to be in the what the hell is the name of that bar in Puerto Rico? It doesn't matter, but
I don't remember.
I'm surprised, how do I not know this? Venusville is where they go.
Oh,
That's
of
the
course.
name of the bar.
That's even better.
I know the music though. Anyway, it's really bad music.
Classic.
So let me know if you need any help with this one. That short person, she walks away, and later she's on the bar with the machine gun. See, that's shit.
yeah.
See, Puerto Rico's a good example of not really this level of schlockiness, but it definitely has a lot of schlockiness in it.
It's
Like
super
that little
campy.
person jumping up on the bar and shooting a machine gun is ridiculous. And
But it has a
also
story
about-
that gets resolved in character
yeah,
arcs that
it's
get
got a
resolved.
great
That's the-
story,
that's
which
the important part.
makes it overcome all of its stuff that's kind of ridiculous and over the top. And Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is what he always did, right?
And maybe that's
Which is
what
part of his charm.
the end of the day should be. I think we are putting our feet down and saying, listen, you can have a stupid movie and it can be super campy, but if it's not at least an entertaining story, then like
Which this could have been.
Oh, absolutely
Yeah.
could have been.
Could
I
have
feel
been.
like they were. I feel like it was pretty close, but they failed immensely with the characters. Characters are better.
Could have been
and
an
they-
entertaining story, but there's got to be someone that's so fucking charming it overcomes all the other shit.
Mhm.
And that's what Total Recall is a prime example of. Arnold Schwarzenegger in Total Recall. He's so goddamn charming and fun to watch. He overcomes all the other shit. I think I've used this example before, but Overboard with Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. I mean, he kidnaps her. She falls over the boat. He loses her memory. He goes and kidnaps her just because she stiffed him on some money because he fixed her closet on her boat, and then makes her think that she's married to him and has been for years, and makes him raise his kids and do all kind of work around the house. It's crazy if you think about it. What he's done, it's totally crazy. It's
Yeah.
beyond illegal. He's essentially kidnapped this poor woman, and but they're so charming, you don't even question it. Mrs. Doubtfire. How fucking crazy is that?
Mm.
He dresses up like
Yeah.
an old. To supposedly be close to his kids. It's fucking psycho. It's
You know,
fucking
no one
psycho what he does.
really brought that to my attention for a long time.
But it's
I
such
don't
a
know why
charming movie.
I
You
went
don't care.
I went so long in my life thinking that was
Yeah.
totally fine, nothing
It's
weird at
everybody
all,
does it.
nothing here to see.
yeah,
But yeah, it's pretty
movie
pretty fucking weird.
Doesn't ever bring it up like it's. They kind of do it a little bit, maybe at the court scene at the end. But
Yeah.
his ass would have been. There's got to be all kind of laws he broke. I don't know. It's weird, or it's just the whole thing's weird. But he's so charming, and the movie's so much fun and
Yeah.
funny. And you say, "Oh, he was doing it for his kids, so it's okay." It's not. Everything about it's fucking weird.
It's not okay.
But I love the movie. I think it's a great movie. It's very fun, and I'm not a fan of John Williams. I love John
Robin
Williams. Sorry.
Williams?
Today's his birthday, by the way.
John
Oh
Williams.
yeah, happy birthday, John Williams! I know
89.
you're watching this.
Yeah,
What?
Birthday like 3 days ago.
Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe.
It doesn't really matter.
We haven't hung out in a while, so I can't. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Oh,
It-
yeah.
He's had a
Anyways,
birthday.
We missed the
Happy
international-
belated birthday, John.
You have to sound so snarky
Yeah.
about it,
I know, right?
John.
My boy.
Nice birthday, old man.
pushing 90.
Damn, dude, settle down.
Wow, another
Uh,
birthday, huh?
Put him in a bag. Sell him at the bag.
What?
I don't know. Put your
All
shit
right,
in a
moving
bag
on.
And sell it at the bag store.
Okay.
Uh,
Jesus, did you write this
I know in the
movie we
bag store,
just
it's
watched?
So funny to me.
Dude, they have a
I
container store.
could,
Why not have a bag
because
store?
there's no talent.
You could have written a better story.
There's no talent in the
great.
goddamn writing. I don't care if this guy wrote The Void, like a bunch of assholes on the internet. This guy wrote The Void.
I didn't know what the
that
void
is.
was either.
And I
Yeah.
bet it was
Void.
just as fucking stupid.
What are you talking about? What's the void?
It's the movie that this director was apparently known for, or you know,
Oh.
like the big one for him.
Yeah, the big
Mm.
one.
The big one, the void. Just no
Yeah,
one's seen.
it's another.
Oh.
It's more. I mean, I don't know. I'm like projecting that people are gonna feel defensive about this movie.
I think you're right.
Oh,
'cause
absolutely.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I
too,
think there are a lot of people who really like this movie.
this is the type of movie that has it's polarizing. It's either people can love it or hate it. So
And the people who love it, I feel like, are going to, you know, feel vindicated in arguing its merit.
I mean,
with,
again, like
you know, us assholes who are like tearing it a new one.
Well, like we talked about before, this is an entire genre of movie that's been around for decades. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes was 1976 or 8, and it's the same type of shit where it's like the government, which takes
and it
place
was aware
in a
of itself.
broom cupboard. Yeah, for which I think is pretty like admirable for a 70s movie, which you don't really hear about in the 70s. I at least not for me. I was surprised that Attack of the Killer Tomatoes came out that long ago. But it's the same kind of thing. It was very aware of itself. It was ridiculous. These tomatoes, literal tomatoes, were just hopping around on being puppeted by fishing line and
It's
killing
terrible.
people. And it's extremely over the top gory, and it's just stupid characters
Is it?
and just stupid.
There's a great, but this
I've never
it's
actually seen it.
It's so bad, but this is a great scene where this guy is dressed up like a tomato because he's infiltrating the killer tomatoes. And they're sitting there at a fire and they're eating a burger or something. And he's like, "Could somebody please pass the ketchup?" And then he
Oh,
realized that he asked for ketchup
no.
with a bunch of tomatoes. He's like, "Ketchup!" Oh, and then they all kill him. or something. It's so fucking
Fucking
stupid, but
amazing.
I really do like Attack of the
Yeah.
Killer Tomatoes. It's fucking
Well,
awesome.
see, that sounds really clever. I mean,
It is
It's
and
already
it's-
clever than most of the jokes.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
again,
and
there's
it's
some
really
things,
shitty. It's super low
yeah.
budget, but it's a fun watch. You know?
It's that type of genre. But again, I think the biggest point is you have to have a story that resolves itself and character arcs that make sense.
And I don't know if
and-
Attack
that's
of the Killer
actually,
Tomato has
you
any of
bring
that,
up a
but
really good point.
It does. It does
uh,
because they have to kill all the tomatoes. I mean, this
It's
is
true.
an entire world
so
event. So
so speaking of which, the what kills what kills the Killer Tomatoes is this song called "Puberty Love." It's awful.
I don't like the name of that.
Puberty love, puberty love. I'll never forget it because it's so annoying. So at the end, this last tomato that has to get killed, it has headphones on, so it can't hear the song. So the guy, Mason Dixon, is the name of the hero in the movie.
Mason
like-
Dixon? Is
yes,
he
Mason
related to
Dixon's-
Maston Stiff or whatever? the
Maston Thrust, no.
Thrust.
You know the Mason Dixon line, but he pulls out the
Stiff.
music of the song and shows it to the tomato, and it either kills it or turns back into a regular tomato. It's
Explodes or
so
something.
fucking
Yeah, it's
stupid.
ridiculous.
It's
But
so
like,
See,
I'm not
that's
even
fine.
joking.
I
Like
love
these are
that.
But it's
literal
great.
tomatoes.
Actually sounds
Yeah.
good.
They're not like they don't have faces or anything. They're just tomatoes
yeah.
being puppeted around like this, so they
Yeah.
look like they can talk.
See,
and
internet-
it's ridiculous.
1978. Oh, this is good
Stupid
shit.
bullshit is fine as long as it's done well. This is
Exactly.
just not
See?
done
It's
well.
really it's
That
yeah,
story
Psycho Goreman.
resolves itself, so it's at least entertaining to watch, and it kind
Yeah.
of like has it like a regular story layout that you can follow. Whereas this movie,
4.7.
doesn't.
How dare they? Yeah. The Toxic Event, like good prime example. Toxic Avenger is, I love the Toxic Avenger. Great movie, terrible but great.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's aware of itself, but the Toxic Avenger is charming somehow because all of the other characters are pretty awful, especially the main bad people.
well, I mean, he does fall in love with a blind girl, so she can't
so
see how ugly he
funny.
is.
When they're open,
I don't even
yeah,
remember that.
when they're hanging out in his garbage scow of a house, right? And she's opening some fucking champagne and she shoots the cork right into his balls. That's so fucking funny. God, that movie's great, man. And I met Lloyd Kaufman, the creator. He was a psycho.
I hear he's actually he loves that type of stuff. He loves that people make fun of his movies. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
they're there for.
That's
Like
what
that,
they're there for.
They're
No,
there
he's
to
a
be
totally nice guy.
ridiculous. Yeah,
So
and he's-
I'm like, dude, I love this movie. Can I please get a picture? Like, absolutely. And then there was like a bust of the Toxic Avenger. He's like, grab Toxic Avenger, hold up Toxie.
Really? Oh,
And he's an old dude, he was totally ridiculous amounts
That's
of
pretty
energy.
awesome.
So grab
Yeah.
Toxie. So I got a picture of me and
Toxie?
Lloyd Kaufman, and I'm holding
Grab
Toxie. Yeah, that's his nickname.
That's fucking
Um,
that's
ridiculous.
funny.
But
Well,
no,
that's
that movie
like,
was great.
Who's the guy that made Control? Dana, what's his name?
Sam Lake,
Sam Lake.
who wrote it. Yeah.
Yeah, who wrote it?
Mhm.
There's Control's a cosmic horror video game or whatever, but there's like this weird Easter egg in the game, which are these kids shows that are made with puppets that are like
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
it's called the Threshold Kids, and it's like it's a game about cosmic horror, right? Where like there's this federal bureau that exists inside this building, and they want to capture altered items and understand Cthulhu.
It's like X-Files, very very similar to that kind of like weird
Right,
cosmic.
so nerdy.
It's great.
But
They want to
Yeah, just hearing you talk about it.
and they want to understand Cthulhu. It's like, what are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Cthulhu.
well,
Cthulhu,
they're
please.
basically
Oh.
dealing with things that
No
humans
hard
should
T.
not be diving into in terms of like paranormal bullshit or whatever. But the whole thing is that
Mhm.
there's this like really creepy kids program where it's like these puppets, and one of the videos is like a puppet girl is like, I don't know what happened to my mom, and I read the report, and it's all redacted. And like another kid comes up and is like, I don't know what happened to my mom either, but they said that she's missing in action. And then the girl puppet goes, I'll help you find her. And that's the whole skit.
Ugh.
Jesus.
It's
Crusty.
just creepy, weird, like bullshit. But for whatever reason, like that, I'm like, yeah, that's the right kind of like, I'm upset that I watched this.
And I did not play any of the game apparently because last time you guys talked about Control, I didn't even know we were talking about Control because I played Control for about 41 seconds, and
That's a long
pretty good.
time, man. You
That's
really
pretty
did.
good.
I got deep
You
in.
just
I got
cracked
deep
it.
into
Really,
it. It was a lot of work, to do things, and that was I
Yeah,
wasn't really into that. So.
it's a real game.
Yeah.
It
It's
sounds
not-
like
it's not
that little
Space
thing
Invaders.
sounds like the plot to Danon's life, where his parents got kidnapped by aliens, and he gets his kid friends together. They go. That was
What are
Jimmy
you
talking
Neutron.
about?
I'm sorry. You guys didn't see the
Wow.
Jimmy Neutron movie?
Oh,
I didn't.
I have, but
Ah.
like a long time
the,
ago. That
the
was
potato aliens steal Jimmy's parents. And
That's
everything
literally
else.
what happened. There's an exact the
Potato
thing
alien.
that you're talking about, that dialogue. There's an exact scene in the Jimmy Neutron movie where all the parents get abducted. They're like, I don't know where my parents are either. It was
Oh,
like,
really?
I thought you were almost quoting the movie at that
Oh,
point.
really?
Hmm.
No.
Yeah.
I was
Maybe
about
I
to.
haven't seen it, so I guess
I
whatever.
was about to buy a ticket to California. Figure this shit out, Jeremy. That we got going on between us. Talk about my parents.
I know. I was sitting there listening. I'm like,
Getting abducted.
I was like, where's this going?
what are you talking
One
about,
of them
man?
is right
Well, you made
there.
a Jimmy
I
Neutron
can
reference
I know.
earlier, so I thought you'd
And
seen the movie,
my
but
hair
I've
is
only
very-
seen the TV show.
I used to watch the movie all the
Whoa.
time,
Okay.
so I know
I
exactly
hated
what you're
the
talking
TV
about.
show.
That
I
T-
hated Jimmy Neutron so.
Remember that
I was
fucking
just on
scene
to
where
hate him
Jimmy
once.
is talking to he's like working part-time at the restaurant and he's like, "Can you pass me the sodium chloride?" And the cool kid at the restaurant's like, "The what
Nick.
now?" And he's holding salt and then Jimmy Neutron's like, "The sodium chloride." And he's like, "I don't know what that is, kid." And Jimmy Neutron's like, "You're holding it." And he's like, "This is salt." He's like, "That's what I said. Sodium chloride." And then you like want to smash.
Yeah, I hated that fucking show.
Your own head.
Sounds
Mhm.
Your own face into a glass table. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, it was no Drake and Josh. So
Mm,
Right. I
Classic.
didn't realize that you were a big fan of Drake and Josh, Daryl.
Drake and
That
Josh is
was a great
fantastic.
show.
Yeah.
that was a fucking great show. I referenced it earlier today at work.
really?
People,
I don't remember the situation, but I
people
did the old
understand the reference.
no, but but I did that line I think is always so funny where he says, "You call me a liar, no, but I ain't calling you a truther," or whatever he says.
That's a
I
good
always
one.
Oh, that's
thought
from
that
Drake
was
and Josh.
fucking
I
hilarious.
didn't
Yeah.
even realize.
I
that.
call you a truther.
I ain't calling you a truther.
Truther. That is a good
Dude,
line.
Drake and Josh is a great show. Remember the one where he gets the mustache? I fucking
The stash.
Power of the stash.
it
Yeah.
was great.
It's a good one.
Yeah,
Or-
that's pretty much
I
me
really
every
like that
day.
one where Drake goes, he's gonna go jump out of a helicopter, and he's like, he's talking to that girl. He's like, 1 in 5 people don't even make it to the ground, and Josh is like, then where do they go?
Or the
I was
I do not control the speed at which lobsters die.
that had a lot of funny lines.
That's Dan
Yeah.
Schneider, who also did iCarly, which is great too.
Yeah,
iCarly had
iCarly's
some
another
really
one.
good moments too,
iCarly's also
but
very
because of Spencer, that character, Carly's
Mhm.
brother, was so good. Like, there's that.
Yeah.
My favorite scene ever from that show was when he's like getting out of the elevator that's in the middle of their fucking apartment.
I do love
Um,
that they have an elevator.
What an amazing.
They
And-
don't have a
Yeah.
handicapped kid in the apartment.
But
by the way.
he's-
It's just
in
a
one
fucking
hand-
elevator.
He's got a smoothie, and in the other hand, he has the leash to an ostrich, and he's getting out of the elevator, and he's like trying to creep into the apartment, and then Carly's like, "Hey Spencer, what you got there?" And he's like, "A smoothie." Like, come on, that's good. That's good writing.
It was great. What's
Yeah.
funny was Dan Schneider was on a show called Head of the Class from the 80s, actually.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
a student in so it's funny because I can't remember now why I learned about this or reached, and I was like, oh shit, he was on Head of the Class. We call it Head Up Your Ass. We didn't call it Head of the Class.
Ah,
But he was on the show Head Up Your Ass from the 80s. Ben just tried it. Ben just tried it, ladies and gentlemen, right here on the show. Proof that you can't put your head up.
Tune
head
in
up your own
YouTube
ass.
Live 7:30
Yeah.
Central. You can watch Ben put his own head in his ass.
He's just like, no, can't do it. Done.
Wow.
Just go for it. Just go
Wow,
for
that
it.
gets pretty far up there, dude. I'm more impressed by the fact that your pants are allowing you to do that.
Yeah.
Those are some good pants.
Those are
Yeah, these
are
are.
my
I
stretchy
paid money
buns.
for these
Yeah,
pants. They don't
stretchy
just
buns.
split when I'm sitting on the couch, Danon.
Hey, I paid good money for those pants too. Those are $150 that I just ripped with my own ass, okay?
you still have those.
Danon's too fucking thick to sit on his own couch, dude.
It's true, dude. I am packing a lot back here, okay?
Apparently, you get a hell of a show.
Literally, I use
Ass-
socks to pack my
ass
ass.
cheeks wouldn't stop clapping together while he was laughing at a TV show and fucking split his pants in half.
Do you still have those annoying jorts? Those are the worst.
No, I got rid of
Come
those.
on, you don't have the jorts anymore?
man.
They were
Signature
getting.
jorts?
No, I'm gonna make new ones though out of old pants that I have.
Please
So don't
stop.
worry,
Just
they're coming back.
stop.
You got
they're-
it, Dating. You got to do it.
No, the best is when I would wear those jorts, which were burgundy, and then I have this.
Hideous.
Oh, it's on my bed.
They
But
were
I have
even
this.
like jeans. They were fucking
Yeah.
They were
burgundy
chinos.
Pants that he
They were
turned into
chinos.
fucking
Yeah.
shorts.
They were
Those are
5-pocket
the worst.
chinos that I cut into jorts, and then I had a burgundy like Henley, and then I had a burgundy plaid
Stop.
sweater that I used to wear around just to annoy everybody. So I remember
Oh,
this
yeah.
one time we went to Woody's, and I wore this burgundy suit that I had. And it used
Burgundy
to-
tuxedo.
It used to piss Monica and Christy off so much. It was so much fun. Good times.
There was, I mean, it made me upset too. God.
Remember that time we both thrifted those orange pants?
Oh yeah, Dan and I both had orange pants at one point, and
They
I
were,
put on
like,
my
way
pants,
too
and
tight
he's
for
like, I
both of
have
us.
those too, and he had bought them like 3 years prior or something. So he tried to put them on. He like could not move in these pants because he had like thickened out a little bit in his old age.
True.
What did
Yeah.
you
Thickened
say?
out.
I do have gray hair.
Like, I think you said that you couldn't fart in them.
Now. Yeah, they were too tight to fart in.
Wow.
That is, those are
you can
tight
fart in
pants.
anything.
Dude.
I know this.
Anything can get through these cheeks. Okay.
My little brother had these shorts that were cook pants that he'd gotten from Goodwill, and they were sized like 54 or something ridiculous. And it's back when he was wearing like a 32 or something, and he wore these things with a belt. He had to like fold them in half to get them on. He wore them everywhere. That was his fucking uniform with these gigantic shorts. That even as shorts, there were still pants on him. You know what I mean? He cut them down.
He's pretty small.
It was hilarious, man. He wore those fucking things everywhere. This
There
is the
was
same kid who
this-
wore the wig.
There's this one time that
And he had hair.
we
So.
had a we had some like game night or something, but it was themed. It was supposed to be like, I don't know. Do you remember this? Where we went to Goodwill and you got that smoking jacket and that fake cigar?
Probably
thing.
not.
But
Are
I
you-
picked out. Yeah, I picked. No, my dad.
Oh, I remember this now.
Yeah, it was like a game night thing.
Oh.
And so I picked out this like it looked like a wizard's robe.
Yeah, that was great.
But it was like this open. It was like a nightgown kind of thing, but it was like velvet, like this shitty velvet. But it would like zip all the way down, and then you can kind of like climb into it and then zip it back up. And I don't think it had sleeves. It was like a poncho. I don't know what the fuck this
It's
thing
very
was.
unique.
It was
It's very
probably a
Robe, is it a
tablecloth that I
poncho?
accidentally
Is it a
wore as
car?
a robe.
Grind curtains
climb
and
into
just like mistake that they
It must have been. They seemed very custom made. But I found it at Goodwill for like $7, and I was like, "Oh, this is it. This is what I'm
$7
gonna wear."
for all that?
Yeah, all that. Yeah.
All
And
that.
so,
a
and I
single unaltered piece of cloth. Yeah, all of that.
no, it had a zipper. Okay,
Yeah,
I don't know
zipper.
where
It was
the
all
zipper
is
went.
the best part.
I don't know what it
Don't
closed up, but it
undersell
was
it.
there. Yeah.
It was actually just a skirt for a giant.
No, it was like a tree skirt that I was wearing around, and I thought it was clothing.
Somebody
So-
moved a tree skirt into the clothing aisle, and you were like, "This is perfect."
But I wore this thing to this party that we had, and then when we were done with the party, because it was for like adults, and I was like maybe 14 at the time, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna go play video games and be a loser. So I went back into my room, and I was like, this is actually pretty comfortable, and so I started wearing it as pajamas, like just nothing underneath, just
You
this.
wore a tree skirt to
I
bed.
didn't
Purple.
know you
How
were
long?
14.
Oh, it
That's
was
an
also like
important detail here.
like a nice deep purple velvet. Yeah, it was
It was next level.
Beautiful.
What the hell is this kid wearing?
It's
For
beautiful.
sure.
Hmm.
Well, it's funny. So today at lunch, the warehouse guy is this very large Frankensteinish looking human being, but he's put on his face mask back on after eating lunch, and I'm looking. I'm like, what the hell is this guy wearing? And the other guy's like, what is that? A 10-year-old girl's spaghetti strap tank top? Because that's exactly what it looked like with the ear things. And he had a front and back flap. It looked like a little
What?
girl's spaghetti strap tank top that he just put on his fucking head. It was hilarious. And then we couldn't stop talking about it. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
my
yeah, there's a
God.
poor little 10-year-old running around the swap meet missing her shirt. Mommy, this guy took my shirt off.
God.
Head. It's exactly what it looked like. It was fucking
Wait, so
funny.
would it go on the back of his head too?
It
So
had-
it was like,
Yeah, it was that's exactly what it was. It was a spaghetti strap tank top is what it looked like. It had material front and back with the straps over the ears. So he
What?
stretched it over his head, and it's exactly like he put on this miniature fucking shirt.
you
It was
dying.
hilarious.
Weird.
Well, this poor bastard's just trying to eat his lunch. We're shitting on him the whole time over, right? Like,
Oh my
dude.
god.
like, did that come in a 3-pack? You know what I mean? We're just fucking with him the whole time.
Have
Fucking
you
with him
seen
the
the
whole time. It
Hanes
was
logo?
so funny.
oh
It was
god.
good stuff.
Well, there's this one time I bought this fake leather jacket off of some
Oh,
Chinese
no.
website, and it took 3 months to get to my address.
Well, yeah, they had to
So of course, by the time I got it,
row it over.
yeah,
So.
you had to get around the embargo.
The embargo.
To go through the Straits of Magellan or where the fuck they had to do to get that thing over here. By canoe.
Well, it did take the Silk Road, so.
Ah.
Wow, all that Nat Geo history is coming out. So,
But
but it was
was
this.
there. He had to fight. Fucking...
So it was basically like a bomber, and it had a detachable hood. And what I didn't know from the diagram was
Remember
that
this jacket.
yeah, it was terrible.
I was there for
is
this
that the
jacket.
detachable
I was
hood
there
was
for
like
this
this
jacket.
was the zipper, but it came down to about right here.
Yeah.
It was like a hood with about 30% of a man.
Yeah.
It was like that scene in Dinner for Schmucks where you meet Zach Galifianakis and he takes his suit
got the
jacket off
dickie
and he's
on.
wearing that fucking a
The
dickie.
Dickie, yeah.
Yeah, it was basically a dickie for a leather jacket. It was fucking awful.
Oh my god.
And there was one time I was wearing it out to our friend's birthday dinner, and there's like maybe like 20 people there at this giant long table, and I was sitting in the middle next to Ben. I'm trying to take this thing off discreetly because I would leave it zipped up almost all the way, so you couldn't see this stupid ass
The
3/4.
vest part.
Like,
Yeah,
Scott,
yeah, it was like it's a weird ass thing. And so I was trying to like discreetly like take it off like underneath the table kind of and like get out of this thing and like because it was getting too hot. And Ben's like, "All right, Dan, stand up. Look at this shit." Like to 20 people. And so I had to stand up. And there's this girl I was like making eyes with the entire night. She never looked at me again because I had to take this fucking thing
She
off.
just doesn't
who was
appreciate.
this girl? I don't remember.
you know.
Who were you pining after this night?
Her name was Erica. What's up,
Shout out
Erica?
Erica.
Yeah,
Yeah.
boom. Erica.
It's the same
Yeah.
Erica
I
from
know. I don't know her.
Erica.
I don't know her name. I don't know her name.
the ROTC
yeah.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah, Erica.
ROTC
Erica's
Erica.
everywhere.
Yeah.
I really hope that Erica never fucking watches this video. I hope
Oh, it's
I-
okay. Nobody does. So,
Our many internet sleuth fans are tracking her down as we speak. So
Oh, God.
Oh god.
just know that she's gonna be calling you very soon. Get that phone on. Right now, buddy.
Race is the Ho Chi Minh Trail. I don't even remember what that is, right?
Tell Ray to pipe down and make more lemon meringues or whatever he was making. What were those things?
The gin and tonics.
That's it. Same thing.
Lemon meringues.
Make some more lemon meringues. Come on, Ray. Well, I remember, they were the fruity gin and tonics. What? Okay, so back to Ray. Ask Ray, what did he put in those things?
You can ask him yourself. There's
Hey,
not
Ray,
a straight.
what'd you put in them?
I don't
But I
have
don't
him on the
see
phone
his-
over here.
But he got him on the screen or something, right? Yeah, he's doing words.
Yeah, then I'll tell you what the words are.
I don't see the fucking words.
I'll tell you what the words are.
Hey, Ray, how'd you do it?
Ray,
how'd
what
you-
goes in your gin and tonics? We need to know.
Well,
Yeah.
while Ray is telling us about the gin and tonics, should we tell
We should
everybody
probably-
else
we should-
about our feelings of this movie?
Yeah, we should
that
probably rate this thing.
Rate this
that
thing.
We haven't
Bring
talked
this
about the
thing
movie in
back
an
on
hour.
Yeah,
We
it's
should
like a normal
probably-
podcast.
Uh,
Okay, wait. Ray has gotten back to us with the ingredients. It's gin, tonic water, lemon juice, and a dash of grenadine. Just a dash.
That dash of grenadine is the magic.
Mm-hmm.
It
I
is.
don't
that
like
shit
These
is
grenadine.
things
good,
red.
dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
I don't
only a
know. And he
dash,
dri-
Ben. It's pink.
Just a dash.
And he drips it off his arm like the Spice guy from 9 years ago.
He said the final ingredient is love.
Gross.
Ooh.
Damn.
It tasted kind of sweaty.
I know.
A little sweaty.
Don't
thought
ruin
that was-
this
I-
special moment.
I thought that was salt on the rim.
Ray's just dipping his balls.
All right, what are our opinions of this movie? Daryl, you go first.
I give it a 2. I'll give it a 2.
Ah, hard
I will
two,
give
soft
it
two,
a 2. Oh, I'll give it a
Regular
soft 2.
Oh,
soft two.
And the only reason I give
Shit.
it even that high of a score is because I appreciate all the work that went into it, and I'm sure they had a good time. And it's one of those things where they're well intended. I'm sure they didn't mean to make a shitty bad movie. If that makes any sense. I'm sure they meant to make a good shitty movie. It just didn't work out for me, but it obviously worked out for a bunch of other people. So, but yeah, I'll give it a
Yeah.
soft 2. Just A for effort, if you will, and F for execution.
Yeah.
F for fuck off and never show me this again.
Yeah,
F
and
for
never
frig.
watch this shit again.
For frig off. Yes, thank
Frig
you,
off.
Jeremy.
Frig off.
Frig.
Yeah.
I'll go. Yeah, I'll give it a 2. I think the only redeeming thing was the little tiny bits of comedy that were in there. I think
Some
if
of
I
those
was
clips are
watching,
funny.
if I was watching this by myself,
I love
I
it.
would have not thought those were as
I
funny.
lulled.
But
You millennial.
I lulled a
Swear
couple
to
times.
God.
Yeah, swear to God.
You.
I ROCL'd. I did roll on the couch laughing.
You were muffled.
Yeah,
whatever that is.
didn't make it to the floor, but
Oh.
Wasn't that
the
good?
intention was there.
It wasn't floor worthy.
I was not floored by this comedy. All right, that's it. That's all I got. There's nothing
I'll
more. I
give
can
this
get
a strong 1.
Strong.
Ooh.
Dang.
How
I
many
would
G's is
never.
strong?
I would never watch this again,
One.
ever. And I actively suggest that nobody ever subject themselves to it.
It's
Not
pretty
only
bad.
was it totally forgettable, but watching it was excruciating.
It did suck
Dang.
watching it. It was not fun. I couldn't wait for it to be over.
I was literally, I honestly thought to myself several times, I'm gonna put my foot down and tell Dana that I'm not even going to
foot down.
get on the fucking podcast.
I'm gonna draw the line
for this fucking movie. I
Psycho
really,
Goreman line right
I
there.
very
drew
actively
it.
did not like this movie. Strong.
What
Yeah,
if,
it
I
is.
kind of like when Alistair turned into a brain. That was a lot.
Really? Oh no, God!
I
There
didn't even
was
know that he was
looking-
Alistair. I thought he was some random ass
They
Color,
didn't
where does
show
this
the
brain come from?
transformation.
somehow
He just,
popped
like-
up into the movie, and then
Not
Looking
later.
back on the
kidding, it's
movie,
stupid.
there are definitely some
Aspirin.
lines that, you know, out of context are kind of funny, but like experiencing the movie was painful, and I would never ever.
And not
suggest
fun.
it.
It wasn't a fun watch. Yeah.
Like and
Couldn't
the-
wait for it to
you
be
know,
over.
Maybe it's because I watched it by myself, but yeah, I really hated the experience.
That's a good
It-
point.
It would have been more fun drunk and with friends for sure.
Yeah, maybe that's
Good
the
That's
maybe
what I
that's
did.
the key.
Kind of.
You know,
Well, I wasn't drunk, but I did have Domino's, which is close.
Same.
Maybe
difference.
that's the key,
Yeah.
but I really
Drunk on
cannot
Domino's.
ever suggest this movie to anybody. Please don't watch it. It's
Just don't waste your time.
it's so bad and forgettable at the same time. Like I don't even know how it's possible. All right,
I'm gonna have to give it a hard 2, which might make it.
Mm.
I might, like it just a sliver more than you guys. Only because it was so visually entertaining to me. I was just perplexed and kind of just intrigued by all the random ass shit I was seeing on screen.
Yeah, that's good.
And it just, I wanted to look away, but I couldn't. There were so many times
I
with
was
the
able to look
makeup-
away a lot.
I was also able to look away.
Looked at Reddit and I looked at the Instagram and I looked at
Yeah.
Redditgram.
Well, okay, I shouldn't say I couldn't, all the time, but anytime, especially like I said, anytime there was a bunch of those weirdos on screen all at the same time,
Mhm.
I was just intrigued, and for that, I give it a hard 2.
Not
What
bad.
does Ray? Where does Ray give it?
Yeah, Ray. You should
Ray.
watch Psycho Goreman.
He gives it a splash of grenadine
And a dash of love.
Mhm.
and dash.
And
love.
a dash,
All right, well
splash and dash.
that's all we got for that. So I don't know if anybody has another movie.
I did, and now I forgot it.
Ray
Perfect.
So
So
gives it 6 Z's.
yeah. No, don't grade the podcast. Grade the movie. Jesus.
Oh,
Ah, self-depreciating humor. It's good. Oh God.
Self-appreciating. You're not a stock, Janan.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So
I forgot already.
what
it
was
wasn't,
it?
and it wasn't.
Is it something
talking
along the
about
lines of
fucking
this? It's not
television
TerrorVision, is
or
it?
whatever.
It wasn't TerrorVision.
Okay, I don't want to watch the movie.
Something
again. It's not
else.
good.
TerrorVision's not worth watching at this point, right? For sure.
It's,
It
it's
doesn't
the same type of
stand
thing.
the
So
test
if we
of
don't
time.
like it, yeah,
Yeah.
we're not gonna like TerrorVision.
I don't remember now. So there you go.
Was it like a good movie? Because I was thinking of a couple. I was thinking we could finally watch Locke, or we could do like Nocturnal Animals. Although these are more serious movies, so
Yeah.
I'm honestly, after what you have subjected
It's hard
me
to fun up nocturnal animals.
it is very hard to fun up that movie.
Hard to
It's
fun that
very-
up.
Very depressing movie.
Oh, is it like a crow?
I
Looked
go
at me?
do a quick
Mm-mm.
fact check.
Please
Have
do.
you listened to that? Have you guys listened to that album? A crow
What?
looked at me.
No.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, quick synopsis. It's an album a guy wrote after his wife died of cancer.
Don't want to listen to that. I
It
think I'll
is-
go ahead and pass it.
It is like excruciatingly harrowing. So
Really?
if,
What are some of the songs?
well, the first one is called "Death Is Real,"
Ah,
and the lyrics
Period.
are "Death is real, and it's not for writing
Oh.
about."
But he did it anyway.
Yeah, he
it's
did
what
it, he
I
just
listen
broke his own
to when
rule.
I want to feel like I listen to it in the shower every morning so that I can feel ready to go and
Wow.
take on the day. You know,
well, because you're like,
Real
well,
man.
at least I couldn't be as bad as this guy.
Seize the day. Death is real, man.
I feel great now.
I
Yeah, it's-
actually could see how you could spin that into a legitimately stupid motivational.
Yeah.
Death is real,
Uh,
man.
but I was is Nocturnal Animals a similar flavor of just like painfully
I
harrowing?
wouldn't say it's that. I wouldn't say
It's
that bad.
it's straight up emotional revenge.
Yeah. It's a
and
great- it's a great movie.
Purest form. It's really good.
Rewatched it again.
Yeah, it's
recently.
It's by Tom Ford, who is the
Clothing
fashion designer. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
fashion designer, yeah.
men's fashion designer. He's but really good director. But Nocturnal Animals got Jake Gyllenhaal, Amy Adams. Fuck, who
Jake
else is in
Gyllenhaal.
it?
It's got
Oh,
Borat's
I think
wife.
I have heard of this movie actually.
It's really good.
It is really good. Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
really, really good movie.
it's this guy's second movie ever.
It's got Michael Shannon, who's fantastic in everything he does.
Oh yeah, I
I
forgot.
love- I
He's
love
the
Michael
is he the
Shannon.
murderer?
No, he's the cop that helps him catch the
Oh, okay,
murderers.
okay.
Aaron Taylor Johnson is the murderer.
Oh,
One of them, yeah.
that's it.
Really?
Okay.
Kick-ass?
Yeah,
Okay.
kick ass. Yeah.
Kick-ass is
Yeah.
and he
Yeah.
kicks ass.
But
thought.
let us know what the movie is that because you can join our Discord with the link below. And when he does remember it, so probably
we'll-
next
we'll-
Tuesday.
We'll figure it out in the meantime.
Yeah. So just
Um,
follow us on Instagram, follow us in the Discord, and we'll update you.
or if there's a movie you want us to watch and review.
Oh yeah, you could do that. Yeah, if you like a movie and you want us to review it and watch it, because you can join in in the chat and join in with us, give your own rating, all that stuff. We love
Give
to hear
your
from you
drink
guys.
recipes.
Give your drink recipes.
Completely,
Mhm.
completely unrelated to ending the podcast. I just wanted to share this tidbit
Oh,
that I've
so
just learned.
close. Okay.
Sorry. You
We're
guys know
there.
you guys know Army Hammer, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The
He's
Lone
he's
Ranger.
he's in this movie as well. But I just
Mhm.
learned by looking at his Wikipedia page that his real name is Armand.
Thanks for watching, guys.
So his
Wait,
name
what
is
this?
Armand Hammer.
I thought that
Oh!
was
His
funny.
real fucking name is Armand.
Oh,
Hammer.
I didn't get
Yeah.
that.
I can't fucking believe his parents named him Armand Hammer.
Oh, I didn't know what you were getting at, Ben. That's actually pretty good.
Thank
All
you
right.
for watching our podcast. Army Hammer, if you're out
Oh,
there,
man.
God bless you.
I'm telling you, this close
closed
to
it.
Danon being shark infested. This
true.
close.
True. I still
Almost
think
made
I
it
should have
happen.
been. Yeah.
Almost made it
That
happen.
would've been
Can you
good.
imagine? Right, they're calling out your name. Waters, shark infested waters, and Danon's all yo.
Yeah, because that's the
Smoking in
sponge that
class.
he's carried with him his
In
whole
second
life.
grade.
Right here, shark. I'm just saying, it would have been fucking cool.
It'd been pretty cool.
It
Yeah.
would have been cool if only Danon was cool.
And now I have the shark fin, you know,
Yeah.
so it would have
Shark
all worked
hair.
out. It would have made
Yeah.
sense. Like, look at this. How come I
Shark
can
boy.
still? What
It
is
actually looks
what
more like
is this?
baleen of a
It
whale.
does. It does. It's very
You look like
scratchy
you're
right now
about to
too.
criticize the outfit I just stitched together.
Yeah, and filter krill out of the water.
Mhm.
So-
What is happening here? It's all bad. I don't know. I'm just gonna
Nothing funnier than a filter krill out of the water joke. Let me tell you what.
that knocks him dead every time.
Every time the
Whale
whale
shark
jokes.
waters would have been way better.
Yeah, I saved
Whale
that
shark.
joke for a first date.
What's that? The shark infested water.
No, the baleen one.
That's,
All right.
that's your first date opener.
This
Yeah,
has been
it's,
We Like This. Thank
Well,
you.
that's everything. All right, yeah, we have been joined by us.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, that's the tagline. That's
Yeah,
our
we've been joined
slogan.
by
We've
us.
been joined by us.
That's okay.
So you can catch us
Good
every
for-
Tuesday
good
at
for everyone.
7:30 Central Time. End it now,
do it
please.
live.
Ray says, "I'm trying. We do it live, and so you
We
can
do it
join the
live.
chat. Yeah, follow us on Instagram at WLT Pod, and our Discord is down below. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the drink recipes, and we'll catch you next time.
Oh.
Peace.